Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. This is your man, Steven Steele. Steven Steele coming to you live on a Friday night live. Good to see you, each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? What is going on? A little everything. And we have some fun stuff to talk about tonight, some interesting stuff to talk about, some funny stuff to talk about. And it is great to see you guys. Before we do anything else, I would like to ask you all, each and every one of you, to smash that like button. Smash that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging community like this grow. So appreciate that so much. And if you're brand new here, I would like to personally welcome you. My name is Steven Steele. You are watching Steven Steele Live. And we are just growing a great community here, so would love to have you along with us for the ride. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you've already subscribed, it's important that you hit that notification bell so that you know right when we go live, or else you might get left out in the cold, my friends. And feel free to super chat at any time throughout this broadcast. It really helps enable me to put as much time into this as I do. Those are always hugely appreciated. You can do that obviously through YouTube or through Stream Elements pinned at the top of the chat. Speaking of which, we've got Yoshi, KRN Yoshi, coming in with the Shiba Inu super sticker with the looking guy pointing to the sky where we want to go, straight to the moon and beyond. And then we've got Anthony Grant, my man Anthony Grant, just a stalwart, a true supporter of the show, just coming in every day, laying it down. Appreciate you, Anthony Grant. We love you here at Steven Steele Live. He says, let's kick off the night right. Welcome to the red light district of Dozers. Yes, indeed. Good to see you guys. Low roller scratcher. Haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you, my friend. Johnny Bullets, what is going on? Beef Supreme is in the house. Beef Supreme. Hump Deezy, welcome. Hector the Dude, haven't seen you in a bit. The Chill Auricular Theater, always good to see you. Hump Deezy, of course. Nurse Terry Reed, and the list goes on. Speaking of which, Nurse Terry Reed coming in with a generous super chat of $15. Thank you so much for that, Nurse Terry Reed. We appreciate you so much here. She says, let's do this, Steven. Let's do this. Heart emojis. Love you right back, Nurse Terry Reed. Everybody loves Nurse Terry Reed here at Steven Steele Live. We love you. Bradley says, hello, new to this channel. Welcome, Bradley. It's good to see you. Good to have you. Feel free to subscribe and get settled in and stick around. We've got a really fun show lined up for you tonight, and it's especially fun. And let me tell you why tonight is becoming especially fun. Because so many times with this show, what's funny is things get thrown together, some curveballs at the last moment. And one of those curveballs is a special guest I wasn't expecting to have tonight, but we are so pleased to have her. It is Liv of Ass Finance. Liv, how are you doing, Liv?
Liz. I'm good. How are you?
Sorry, I don't know why I still say Liz sometimes.
Okay. No. You know what's funny? I'm not offended at all. So many people that I have talked to through this whole process still call me Liz, and I don't know I don't know what it is. I'm so confused. Like, I'm not offended by all means. I think it's hilarious. I'm just like, is it actually like people are getting confused? Like, I don't, or is Liv hard to remember? Like, I don't know.
Well, for me, I don't know what's going on with them. All I can say for me anyway, I know that it's Liv, and in my mind it's Liv, and most of the time I say Liv, but I'd say 1 out of every 5 times I say Liz. And I think that's just because I've known more Liz's throughout my life up until meeting you. So it's just like, there's still like 1 out of 5 times my brain like hiccups to Liz, you know?
Yeah, like it doesn't even bother me at all. I'm just confused because I'm like, I've never had this happen to me before. So I'm like, why is everyone calling me Liz? and that's like, I don't know if so many people post about it, so people actually think my name is Liz, or it's just like a slip up. I don't really know, but I think it's hilarious anyways. Like, I don't care. Call me Liz. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I know your name's Liv, but yeah, I think I still go through, like, I would say it's about a 1 in 5 times the Liz accidentally pops out. But I imagine the more we continue to talk, Liv, the less that will continue to happen. And I'm so glad that you have decided to join us last minute. I know you've had a very hectic day, and that's why this kind of all came together just last moment. But I'm so glad that you've decided to join us tonight, because one of the topics that we're discussing, and we're going to get to it, guys, is we're going to talk about Ass to Africa. And I can't wait for you to fill us in on what's going on with that. It's just hilarious, exciting, and just fascinating all in one go. So we're going to get to that, guys. And also, I'm going to introduce to you somebody that needs no introduction on this show. It is Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. Nick, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me first say that I love the name Liv. I actually really love the name Olivia. My girlfriend always brings up that name if we were to ever have kids. Not that we would, because she's 47 and I'm 32. But she really likes the name Olivia, and I do too. And if you guys didn't see today, Liv was on with Crypto Wendy, who I am a huge fan of. I've been watching her for a while through Crypto Face, and you absolutely killed it.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you for the compliment on my name, and thank you for saying I killed it. I think I get a little chatty, so I gotta learn to speak better on air, but I had fun, and I was so excited to be on there too, because I really respect her.
She's cool. She's out in LA, I think.
I'm not sure where she's living, honestly. I didn't ask her that, but yeah, she's super cool, like super down to earth. I think she's really sweet, and she's full support of Ass, so it's awesome to have her as well on our team.
Very
awesome. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. I haven't had a chance to check it, but I do have it bookmarked. And how did it go? How did it go, Liv?
It went well. It was an hour long. She does her news updates on Friday, and she sometimes has guests on. So I was lucky enough to make it on as a guest, and we just went over a couple things about what I'm doing with the project, just briefly, and then went over some updates within the market. And she just asked me like my opinions on that, and she answered her questions. And she did the like for when you donate, it would be, it was going to domestic violence today. So I believe it was $1,700 that was raised this morning to go towards a domestic vielse
Damn, girl.
organization. Yeah, so it's really great.
I've noticed she's donated to like a few domestic violence places, and I'm pretty sure they're in Los Angeles. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But I've been watching her for a minute ever since she's been on Crypto Face, and yeah, she's getting popular.
Yeah, she's super sweet.
I saw a notification. I was eating lunch and I saw a notification pop up, and I saw you, like I saw her face, and then I saw you, and I was like, "What is she doing there?" I was like, "Oh, this is so
Why
super
is
cool."
Liz there? Why is Liz?
Yeah, what's Liz doing on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to check it out. Let's see, Matthew Krecklau. I don't think I've seen you in the chat in a while. Thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, "Let me on show. Let me on show." Matthew, I need a little more heads up than that, my man. We got the show pretty padded out right now. But thank you, nevertheless. Thank you for the super chat. And it's good to see you again. Back in the chat, yeah, people are excited. I mean, where do we start? Wow, Robbie Gilchrist That's a great place to start. That's a great place to start at 70 Canadian dollars. Robbie Gilchrist, the Doge After Dark Dolphin. Good to see you, my friend. Stalwart of the community. And it's a huge supporter. Thank you so much, Robbie. Appreciate you so much, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support.
Wedding, Rob.
I'm sorry?
Congratulations on the wedding, Robbie.
So what happened there exactly?
I married Robbie earlier today. It was a beautiful ceremony.
Okay.
And
who did you marry Robbie to?
I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was in my gym forum. And you know what? It was a beautiful ceremony. And then shortly after.
Wait. In your gym forum, so it was a Discord wedding ceremony?
It was a Discord wedding ceremony,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It was quickly followed by an immediate divorce, and I feel for both parties. You know, I was just the pastor in the service, but it was beautiful, and I wish them both the best of luck after the divorce.
Wow. So that didn't last too long. Total marriage of how many minutes? Maybe 5.
But it was the most beautiful 5 minutes I've been a part of.
Wow, it sounds like you guys have been through a lot together in a short amount of time.
Yes, they move very quickly up there in Canada.
Well, I guess you are now an officiator of weddings, Nick?
Yeah. I got my certificate online.
Okay. So maybe you could fill like a new niche. You could have like a new business niche where you could call it the 5-minute wedding.
Yes. Yeah. Pay me in crypto. I will come and I'll put a collar on and we can do this thing.
Yeah. Pay you an ass for the $5 wedding or the $5-minute wedding.
5 minute, $5. I'll show up. You give me ass, I'll be there.
It would take more than $5 worth of ass to get me to perform 5-minute weddings. So I wouldn't recommend that. I would ask for at least $100 worth of ass for a 5-minute wedding. What do you think the rate should be for that, Liv?
Oh God, I don't know. I just had a conversation like in our home community Telegram and in our voice chat about somebody explaining to people why ass is not going to $1. It was pretty funny. I think some people couldn't comprehend, and then some people were just like, yeah, I mean, we all knew that.
Math.
Math. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not sure what that sort of thing would cost. I guess you guys decide. It's the market that decides. Yeah,
the market decides a lot. And
people in the Telegram who thought that was a possibility.
I think so, because apparently that guy got kicked yesterday. His name's Jason. He was in there yesterday, and somebody was DMing me being like, hey, I don't know what happened, but like, my friend wasn't fudding. He got kicked yesterday. Somebody kicked him, like an admin, thinking that he was fudding because he said it wasn't going to $1. And then I was like, wait, what? And then he was talking to me in voice chat just now. I was minting some NFTs and I was chatting with my community, catching up with them. And yeah, he was just like giving people an educational like rundown on how to safely invest. And it's something that's needed because so many people are new to crypto, and especially like I've said many times, like coins like ASS and Doge are literally your point of entry. And so this is a lot of people's first crypto that they've ever invested in. Really understand the concepts of what we can expect in terms of a market cap and what's feasible. Like, I never fucking say where I think it's going because I really don't know. I mean, anything's possible in crypto. I mean, like, I'm blown away at the movement that we've made in just a month. And, but saying that it's going to $1 market cap would literally be like all of the world's wealth. So, I mean, unless it becomes the next world currency, like that's not going to happen. Just to be realistic with everybody. It was pretty funny listening to that happening because he got banned from the chat yesterday for saying that. And I was like, oh God.
That's where like I watched those videos. You know, I'm sure we've all seen those videos, especially when Doge first hit. It was like every YouTuber was like, Doge is going to be $100 next month. I'm like, guy, it would be, it would be like a multi-trillion dollar market cap. Like Bitcoin isn't even there, and that's like half of the world's currency. Like there's, it's one thing to be optimistic, but you have to have like rational, or you have to have actual goals,
Let me get to another super chat that came through Stream Elements. Trilam 312. Oh, Marley's dad. You know Marley's dad, yeah?
Yeah, he's in our community. Marley's dad is one of our admins.
I thought so. I thought that username looked familiar for me, kind of peeking around there. So thank you, Marley's dad, and thanks for your support. Says, "What's up, Steven? Love you, love your show, and who can't love our girl, Liv, bringer of ass." Yes, I agree. What's not to love about Liv? And it was always an absolute pleasure to have her on Steven Steele Live. And Marley's dad, thank you so much for your support. And I gotta say, thank you to the ass community for all your support of the show. You guys have been great. The Ask community has just been a lot of fun, and just really having our backs as we continue to grow here. And it's just been really great to see this community expand and get along and grow together, and as we grow the Doge community and grow the ass, and just having a lot of fun doing it along the way. So I'd like to give a shout out to the Ask community. Thank you guys so much. And then also those Moonbats coming through, a lot more crossover. I've noticed crossover coming through from the Crypto Batman community. And you guys, thank you so much. You guys coming over too. So we are just we're having a lot of fun. And you know what, guys? It's important that we continue to have fun, because I was talking about this with Nick before we came on the air tonight. Sometimes just staring at charts, it's not all that fun to just keep going over this stuff, especially when you're inevitably going to trade sideways for long periods of time. It's like I would go crazy if I just keep doing TA and talking about talking about charting all the time. It's just not my personality. It's not what I enjoy doing, frankly. And honestly, I'm just kind of getting sick of, like, I don't know how some of these folks do it in these Twitter spaces, where the Twitter spaces are, honestly, all day and night, they're just like, do you guys have any questions about crypto? I have this question about crypto. Like, I love crypto, and that's why we're here, but I just can't, like, limit it to just only that all the time. What do you say, Liv? Do you feel me on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the other day, I was what do you call it? Live space hopping. I don't even know what to call it. I was just like hopping around. Yeah. And some of it was like getting toxic, and some of it's just like the same conversations over and over, and it's not, like, I guess, as managed. I kind of like the informality of it, though, because you can just pop in and pop out when you want, and
that is nice. Yeah.
Which is nice, but again, it's like you said, just, hey, do you like crypto? What do you think the markets are gonna do? And just like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah. There's only so many times you can have the same conversation, right, over and over again. So. Yeah, I feel you there. Guys, I'd like to welcome you. It looks like there's a bunch of new faces I see popping in the chat. And yeah, please feel free to subscribe and join the community here. Love to have you. And please smash that like button if you haven't already. It's honestly the number one thing you can do to help this show emerge more and more. And lastly, for those of you who are on Twitter, if I could ask you to tweet the stream out just so more people can find us, I would really appreciate that. That really does actually help quite a bit. So if you could just consider copy and pasting the URL to this show, let more people know about it. I really appreciate that. So you guys, two outstanding people on the air with me tonight. It's Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls and Liv of Ass Finance. Liv, I can't wait any longer. I just can't wait any longer to ask you about this. I woke up today and I couldn't believe what I saw. It was Liv with her long brown hair and her big eyes on screen, a split screen with some, what it appeared to be some representation from Africa. What's going on, Liv?
We're going to Africa. So a community member works in blockchain solutions, and he reached out to me and was like, hey, I heard you want to go to Gambia. Like, I have connections in Africa. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, yeah, if you can like put me in touch with somebody who I can speak with, like I would love that. And so he's like, yeah, how's tomorrow sound? And I was like, okay, like, yeah, for sure. So I sat down and spoke with this man named Stefan. He's very, very sweet, very nice man. And he wants to promote us, essentially, is what he said. And I said, listen, like, I'm not here to exploit you. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, right now we're a meme coin, and like we have a large user, like a following, and we have a lot of people holding our tokens, but we are intending on building something. And if we can bring something, that's something into an app, into Africa or online on the web, and if it's something that can be productive there and possibly bring jobs, I think it would be fantastic. And yeah, like I had like this big aha moment yesterday. Yesterday. I was taking a shower and I was like, holy shit, it hit me what I want to do. And I don't really want to say what it is yet because I'm talking with developers right now. I'm going to get some lawyers involved, and I think we're going to do it. And I pitched that something to him today, and he was all for it. He's like, yep. Basically, like, we need this thing that I was pitching, specifically in Africa. And I was like, wow, like, it was all a meme, and now it's becoming very real. Like, I mean, yes, it was a meme, and like, but like having that conversation, I'm like, if that opportunity actually came up, like, yeah, like, we want to go to Africa, like, for sure, like, we'll go anywhere. Like, I had somebody I was talking to last night, actually, a very large holder in our community. I was scrolling through my archive chats, cleaning it out to see if maybe there's anything in there, because I don't have any DMs coming directly to me. I found a gentleman in there who is from Vietnam. His family is very well connected in Vietnam. So I was like, oh shit, like, this is another heavy hitter. And very, very, very kind person. And basically he's like, yep, if you need anything in Vietnam, like, we got you. And I was like, well, like, they're involved in the government. So I was like, well, maybe we're going to go to Vietnam too. Like, I don't know. That's not for sure, but it's another option that we have for us, that I can talk to them and see if what I want to build would be effective there as well. And I think it definitely would be. So like, our community is like insane. Like, they're so nice, so well connected, and like, it's literally just kind of blowing my mind away that like we can do this all within our own community.
As Biggie said, it was all a meme. I used to read Word Up magazine. So what's crazy about this to me, this is equally, I find this whole development, Liv, is equally inspiring as I do completely freaking bonkers. So this literally started as a meme. So I was poking fun at a certain token that I'm trying not to talk about anymore, since I've been getting physical threats of violence and other things over criticizing it.
Nobody is messing with my Steven Steele. I'll put that out there right now. Ain't happening.
I appreciate that, Nick. Appreciate that. So anyway, I'm not even, don't even get, thank you, Nick. It's hard for me not to get started on that. But this kind of came out, the initial meme was kind of poking fun at them with David G And I made a meme that had David G saying, "What is SafeMoon's utility?" And then the answer was going to Gambia. And then I made like kind of like an audio meme, and people were kind of getting a kick out of that. And then you, when I had you on as a guest last week, one of the members of the audience asked you, where do you see ass token in 5 years? And your answer was Gambia. And then from there, I woke up the next day to literally about 20 different ass to Gambia memes from your community. And I would have to say they were all very good memes, all 20 of them. And I have to say the meme game in the ass community is very strong. It's very strong.
It's strong.
It's very strong. It's very efficient. And it's very thorough. So from there, days pass. I remember you mentioned it to me, I think once in passing or over message. You just said, "Yeah, I'm actually working on that." And I was like, "Huh." I wasn't quite sure if this was like for real. And now it's for real. So, and this kind of happened. So what you're saying, Liv, this happened as a meme first, and then you actually had a community member that was like, "No, for real, I can help kind of guide this to make the meme a reality." Is that what you're saying? Liv, are you still with us?
Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah, he does business there actually, so he has these connections in many different countries, Africa specifically one of them, because he's trying to help out with blockchain solutions there. So it's really great that he was able to bring that connection over to us as well to help us out, because he believes in us as well. So that was a very kind thing to do, to introduce us to them. Yeah, so it really was just a meme, and it's literally like all of this, like I've been saying from the start, if you can meme it, you can achieve it. And it's like we're manifesting all of this stuff to like actually happen. Like it's crazy. The same person actually wrapped his Lambo yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that. It's a white Lambo.
Yeah. He was like, he asked, "Is it okay if I do it?" And I was like, "What do you mean, is it okay? Of course it's okay. Go wrap your Lambo if you want to wrap your Lambo." Yeah, so he wrapped his Lambo as well, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like that's pretty dope." Yeah, it was really all just a meme, and then now it's becoming real, just exactly like how this token started. Like it was a meme token making it, and now we're like, oh shit, like it's actually blowing up. And then now it's like, yeah, we were memeing about like going to Africa and establishing like some technology there, and now it's no longer a meme. Like tomorrow they're going to issue some more official statements. We just wanted to put something out as a snippet today so the community could feel involved, but we're going to have Stefan just maybe do a more formal introduction basically on our invite there. He literally invited me to go to Africa on that call, and such a kind person.
Have either one of you watched the Nicolas Cage movie Lord of War?
It's been a while.
Okay.
I feel like it's one of those I watched half asleep on cable.
Sounds about right. It's one of my favorite Nick Cage movies. There's a scene, he is essentially a gun runner in Africa. This is the whole story. And there's a scene, he has a shipping container here in the US where he keeps all his like fake passports and guns and like a Ferrari. So this is what I'm envisioning. Liv, Steven, myself, I'm going to purchase a shipping container. We're going to put a Lambo in there, a bunch of our passports, and as soon as COVID opens up and we can start traveling the world, instead of bringing guns to Africa, we're going to bring memes. You guys down?
Count me in. I mean, we already got the invite, so like you're now a community member also. I don't know if anyone else knows, but you're a community member now, so you're invited.
I put it on my profile on Twitter.
You made it. Oh, you gave it the seal of approval.
I've been an ass man my entire life. I'm just now making it official.
Right. I love it. I love that.
I love that. I actually love Nicolas Cage. He's kind of like a polarizing actor, but I find him absolutely ridiculous, and that's why I like him. He's absurd. He's absolutely absurd.
I love it.
Yeah. He's so intense. I love how just over the top intense he is. Imperial Beats coming with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Imperial Beats. Nick, so just to preface this, due to YouTube TOS, I can't read this entire super chat.
I responded in the chat for that very reason.
Yep. So it says, Nick, if you have to someone over something for Steve, you think you can check their pockets first? Just wondering. Then thank you for that. Thank you, Imperial Beats, for your super chat and continued support. And yes, he will. And welcome Slay Blaze. Welcome Crypto Captain Andrew. Sounds like another superhero that we could have in the mix, maybe. Crypto Captain Andrew. So so this is interesting, Liv. For maybe you could help break this down and a little bit. Let's try to break this down a little bit more layman's terms for people that are having a hard time wrapping their heads around what a meme token could. How could they possibly do business in Africa? What would some of these ideas look like, and how would this be a mutually beneficial scenario? Could you kind of lay a bit of that out?
Yeah, it's hard for me to really lay it out without giving too much away of what my idea is. It's not so much the meme token factor. I want to build something, and I think our beta, like in a proof of concept, we can start it with Ass token, and that's where we will start, and we can expand it out, obviously, but we can start and prove this concept with Ass, and it doesn't have to be only limited to Ass token. We can have other forms of currency on here. I don't know if that's going to piss people off, but if anything, it's bringing more awareness, and basically our native currency to this platform would be Ass. So it doesn't have to necessarily be like, I guess, like, oh, how's the meme token going there? It's more of just like the whole blockchain technology and what you can do with it. Yeah, like, I mean, the meme token, it's lovable. I mean, who the heck doesn't love it? Like I've said, like, it's super marketable, but I think it's not really just the meme token aspect. You can bring something that we can actually build that is effective, and maybe potentially bringing jobs to people, which could be very effective in Africa. And same with like the blockchain technology is going to be super. I think it's going to change a lot of the, I guess, like economy there. And a lot of people are going to Africa because that's something that they need, and they have a plan for 2063, their agenda 2063, and that's to have a peaceful and prosperous Africa by 2063, the year 2063. And so they're bringing in and allowing all of these technologies to come in here because they understand that this is something that can actually build their economy and help their people and their government in establishing this agenda. And I think, like, yeah, we're a meme token, but like what we can bring there, awareness, I guess, and whatever technologies that we do bring there, it can do some good to meet the standards of their agenda that they're trying to meet, like those goals.
Yeah. Can I add something here?
Yeah.
I just would like to kind of branch out into more of like, I see a lot of BSC tokens going the Africa route. And I don't think, in just the simple fact of like doing that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think there's, we won't mention the name of the coin here, but you know what we're talking about. When they are trying to move into like restructure a country's banking system, that's probably like way too ambitious of a goal. Where
Mhm.
the simple fact is a BSC token is probably best set up as like just a good safe place for people in those areas of the world just to keep their money, because of how volatile their own banking system can be. It doesn't have to be this super complex thing where
Yeah.
it's like we're going to change the banking system of a whole entire country. Like, no, you can work with another country and just use it the way it's set up, and that works perfectly fine. Like, you don't have to like restructure a government, like.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think exactly that. You don't have to be targeting to do something like that. The thing is, though, like our currency has a heavy tax, and that's not really the best thing that you want to be introducing to someone. So it's more basically the platform that we would be building. We can have stable coins on there also. So that's an option as well. Like the AS token is effective, I think, if you're somebody who wants to hold long term. It's not really
Exactly.
it's not meant to be flipped. I mean, you can flip it if you want. You'll probably be flipping at a loss unless we like do a hell of a lot of volume and go up a lot in a day. It's meant to be held because you earn those rewards from holding with the reflect. And so like that's kind of what I stress to people. It's not really, because people are like, bro, like, or is it not going up? I'm like, if you literally also hold, like, and the price stays stagnant, you're earning like passive income essentially, or dividends, however you want to phrase what it is. I'm not really sure exactly, but whatever that is, you're earning rewards for it.
Which, by the way, is how I became a millionaire off of Doge, guys. If people who are listening don't realize, I held my Doge for 7 years, but part of the reason I did that is because I didn't I didn't know where to sell it to, even if I could, which I didn't even think about for 7 years. So, these are, I think, what, for as much flack as CZ gets from Binance the other day, he actually posted a pretty smart tweet, and it was like, listen, most people who make tons of money in crypto, it's not because they're like trading back and forth on a daily basis. It's because they just buy it a long time ago and keep it. Like, that's,
forget about it.
and forget about it. We've told this story here a bunch of times, but that's really how you make money in crypto. You just have it for long enough that it becomes worth something.
Yeah, it's this funny story. So like I was telling my community about it too. So I bought into SHIB early, like about a month ago. I put in maybe like a couple $1,000s, maybe like $4,000 or $5,000. I don't know the exact amount, but it like popped off. And so I kind of half forgot about it, and I half couldn't sell it because I didn't have the option to, because it was on Hotbit, and Hotbit was undergoing like some vulnerabilities and like hacking. So they were down for like 2 weeks straight. So I couldn't have even had the option to sell even if I wanted to. But it was also good because like it literally took off. But I mean, I kind of forgot about it because I was so busy with building like this whole brand with AS, and it ended up just like being worth, like a couple $100,000 in like the matter of a month. So I was like, holy shit. And I was memeing with my community. I was like, yeah, I took some profits. I obviously still have some in there because I think they can definitely like pop off again, and this isn't shilling their community. I just like, I invested in it because they're making like a swap. So like, I mean, if they put something out like that, then yeah, chances are the price could go up because they have some form of utility now. So yeah, I'm still holding some, but I sold a couple $100,000, and I was like, bruh, I'm gonna use it to buy myself a Lambo. And people are like, Liv, aren't you scared that like people are gonna come at you and be like, oh, you're dumping on us to buy your Lambo? And I'm like,
oh my God.
yeah. And I was like, first of all, it's nobody's business what I choose to do with my money. Second of all, like, I have proof of transactions. If that's the route we want to go, I can prove to you that this is what I sold. And like
of sheep.
Yeah, but then I also like don't want to go and like make it seem like fuck the SHIB community and like upset them, because that's not what it's about. But we were like joking and memeing about it, like, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll wrap the Lambo in the transactions of me selling. And I was like,
God, that would be amazing.
yeah, I was gonna do it, but then I'm also like, like, I don't want to piss off anyone. Like, it's supposed to be a meme, but I'm like, people might take that really offensively. And
Hey, listen, no matter what, you're never gonna take as much as Vitalik took out of that coin. So
crap.
you're never
Holy
gonna.
Crap. That was insane. When I saw that happen, I was like, I didn't think it was going to happen, but I'm like,
Steven and I actually called that the day or a couple days before. We called that exact play. It was hilarious. I
yeah,
crystal balls.
I was like, I don't know if he would do this, but there's a possibility that he could. And because people were asking me, they're like, Liv, why aren't you like burning half of your supply by like sending it to Vitalik? And I'm like, bruh, that's not a burn. It's not a burn, guys. And they're like, everybody else is doing it. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't mean you fucking go and like jump off a cliff because everybody else is doing it, guys. Like, this
doesn't even
like,
make sense to me. Like, I could understand if you grew up with Vitalik, right? And you guys were like best friends and, you know, whatever. That would be one thing. But the Shiba Inu people, they didn't even know him. Like, insane. You're just gonna give money to somebody you don't know just because that.
Yeah, they were like memeing, like they were trying to use it as like clout, being like, oh, Vitalik holds it, and they didn't think he was gonna sell it. I think they were trying to be like, oh, it's in Vitalik's wallet, and like I think it was supposed to be like sort of a clout thing, and then it was like a clout thing gone wrong.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, because I was asking, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of coins did this. And then I remember, because I was investing in them myself, and I was like, yo, like, have you done a token burn? What's your circulating supply and whatnot? Because I need to know what my shit's worth. Like, what's your circulating supply? And they're like, well, this is our supply, but technically we've burned half our tokens. I'm like, what do you mean technically you've burned half of your tokens? Did you burn them or did you not burn them? And they're like, well, like, we burned them by sending them to Vitalik. And I'm like, holy shit. Guys, what are you doing?
Yep,
like,
yep.
No.
How many
that's-
hundreds of millions of dollars do you think that guy has that he doesn't even know about?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the show here when I was doing a deep dive on it. I was like, a 50% burn, and I was even going back and forth with some members of the SHIB community that were very bullish about it. I'm like, it's either a burn or it's an allocation to someone's wallet. It's not both. So they're burned or they've been reallocated to his wallet. Which one is it, you know?
Yeah. They're calling it a burn because they think they're not going to be sold. But I'm like, bro, you can't ever, like, whether or not you think they will be sold or not, you cannot ever do that. Like, and then people were asking me, they're like, hey, Liv, why aren't you sending half of your tokens to Vitalik? And I'm like,
oh, God. Oh, my gosh.
Hell? Yeah, swear to God, so many people in our community were like, why don't you just do what the other coins did? And I was like, bro, come on. Like, no, I'm not sending shit to him. Like, you'd have to be crazy to do something like that. And I never thought that he would go and do that. But I was like, bro, there's a strong possibility. He has
Steven
like,
and I did.
he had like,
Yeah, we called
I'm
it.
pretty sure he had like billions in there from other tokens. Like, he had a lot of money in there. And they all did it. And I'm like, guys, what in the like holy crap, like to do something like that is absolutely insane, like absolutely insane, and super like irresponsible also for like your community, because you're putting them in a vulnerable position now, because that's half of your supply that could be dumped by somebody. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was absolutely nuts. And we deep dive on SHIB, and I actually went pretty hard on that night. But I said that was, from everything I was looking at, that was probably going to happen, and Nick agreed. I just didn't think it was going to happen literally 24 hours after he said it was going to happen. Trilams, Marley's dad, one of your people, Liv, coming again with $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Hey, Nick, glad to have you in the Aussie Shepherd community. Love the show, Steven. Thank you so much for having Liv on as a recurring guest lately. We're happy to have her. We are just happy to have her. I have a very high opinion of Liv, and I just like her as a person. So
I'm just want to say I am very happy to be a member of the Ask community. In fact, I told Liv this earlier. I'll probably take care of it on Sunday, if not Tuesday, because I'm setting my girlfriend up with an Ass wallet.
Yep.
She has no crypto at all. It's something that
is that gonna be her first then?
It will be her first, and she, we argue. It's been rough, guys, these past few months in Nick relationship land.
Yeah.
Not getting too deep into this, but when somebody acquires
do you need me to go into do you need me to go into Dr. Phil mode here on Nick for you?
Yeah, maybe off air. But no, we just, she doesn't guys, she's 47 years, or about to be 47 years old.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't understand any of this. And, after I lost my job, and as I slowly kind of started to make crypto my job, because I essentially retired, there's some resentment there. And I don't think she feels like she's a part of it. And I want to make her feel like she's a part of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna take care of that. Hopefully this week. For people who don't know, she comes over to my place on Tuesdays. I go over to her place on Sundays. She lives out in the country, so there's not really a ton of service out there. If I can get it done, then if not, I'll do it Tuesday. But it'll be fun. Did you guys decide? Are you gonna come down to Miami or?
I'm not sure yet because we have to be in quarantine for.
I was going to ask you how long.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're in quarantine until Thursday, I believe, is our last day that we're safe.
We're not leaving till we're leaving on Sunday, not this Sunday, the following Sunday.
Right. What doesn't it start on?
It's Friday. Yeah, so we're only going to be there for the last day.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to go, but I don't know yet. I wanted to drive down also, and that's the problem. It's like
oh my god,
drive
no way.
No, because we wanted to stay. We wanted to stay for like 2 months down in Miami. Like we wanted to rent a place down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's initially what we wanted to do, but now I'm like,
that's like a 3-day drive.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna get down there. Like we could drive there straight there and make it there in like over a day. But like I don't know. I applied to be a speaker at Bitcoin Miami. I didn't hear back, so like what the hell, guys? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like applying and I'm like, Liv from Ass Finance, founder and developer of Ass Finance. Like, what the hell? And
Well, yeah, what's the holdup? What's the holdup?
You shall not pass.
Literally, though.
You shall not ass.
Oh, shit. That's a good meme to make. I'm gonna make that right now.
You just need to put me on marketing, Liv, at this point. I mean, honestly.
Holy crap, I'm making that meme right, like legit right now as we do this. I'm just gonna do it on my iPad. So good. Yeah, like, I don't know if I'm coming down. I want to go down there though and stay for like a month or two, because there's so much crypto stuff going on down there. A lot of influencers, so I can go and make all these business connections. Like, we did so much work in like just being there for like a week. And I think if we are there for like 2 months, then we can really do some damage. So we're thinking of just renting a place down there for some time and see what we can do.
Well, yeah, if you guys get down there eventually, just let me know, because I thought about going to see Crypto Batman. He's on the other side.
Yeah.
So if I do, maybe I'll pop over if you guys are still down.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely down. I'll let you know when we're coming down, or and try and maybe figure something out.
Right on. Crypto Captain Andrew coming in with $2. Thank you, Crypto Captain Andrew. He says, long live the queen. Yes, so no stranger to which community Crypto Captain Andrew is hailing from. And thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it. Guys, you are listening to your man, Steven Steele, on Steven Steele Live. My special guest tonight is our Liv from Ass Finance and Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls, and we're just mixing it up here, having a great time. And if you haven't hit that like button, please make sure you do that. It takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. Honestly, it's like the number one thing you can do to help the channel out. Secondly, if you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to Steven Steele Live on the community here and invite you to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We've got an awesome community here, just growing exponentially each and every day. And obviously, super chats are always appreciated for the time and efforts. So this is super exciting, Liv. I love the developments that have been going on with your company and Ask, because it seems to be kind of a new, kind of quirky adventure from day to day. And it's great to watch it all kind of unfold in real time. Something that you created, like Billy Marcus, as a joke, as a joke project, like entirely. And then watch it just really kind of explode in popularity. And all of a sudden, now you're wielding the helm of this major potential going on here, and it's so cool to see you figure it out along the way. And you've got a very creative mind, and you've got a lot of good intention too, and a great business instincts, in my opinion. So all of these things kind of melding together and watching Ass take shape has been very exciting. What do you say, Liv?
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a crazy story. I mean, like you said, it's super similar to Billy Marcus, just like not to say that we're the same, and it's definitely on a different scale for sure, but it's a similar story in the fact that like we made it as a meme, and really, like, we didn't have a roadmap, we didn't have a white paper, we didn't have a full team, like we didn't have all of that stuff that most teams have. It was really started as like a meme, a community meme token, and it just like took off. So it's been a really crazy experience.
That is it, and that is so cool, and I just love watching this unfold in real time. And so, how long has it been since Ass token hit the market? How long has it been?
It's been, I believe, a month and a few days. I don't know how many exactly. I'll have to check, but just over a month. I think just shy of 5 weeks.
Wow.
Check here what day. I can see the date exactly.
Time moves differently in the crypto world.
Yeah, it does. It's like one day is like a freaking week or a month. Like, it's insane. Like, time is just like, it's...
Time dilation is a real deal in the crypto world.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to find the date of inception here. Why can't I find it? I'm trying to find it from when I purchased the domain.
Is the same day you got the domain the day you came up with the blockchain?
I launched it the following day. So I got the domain and made the website that night, and then just launched the token the following day. But I don't know how to find that. It would be like in my history from when I purchased it.
What's your schedule like up there? Are you guys night owls, or
Holy
do you guys...
crap. My schedule is insane. I was saying this to Steven, like, before I came on, because he asked me earlier. He's like, oh, Liv, like, if you want to come on tonight. And I was like, legit, like, ghosted him unintentionally, because I was so busy. I took a nap because I was so tired. And Marley's dad, Tri-Lam, just messaged me. He said he believes it was April 18th. I think that's right because it was, I believe, it was 2 days. Yeah, that's right. It was 2 days before 420 because that was the day that we went to like 110 mil market cap was on 420, I think. Because it was like it was so like meant to happen. It was like programmed to happen like on 420. Yeah, no, I was saying to Steven earlier, I was like, I'm like on the weirdest time schedule. I get maybe like 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep tops a night. And I usually go to bed at like 5, 6 in the morning. And then I'm working like, literally when I say I'm working on this all day, I really mean it. Like I don't take a break. I eat at my desk. I'm usually multitasking, doing a bunch of things at once. So I could be on a phone call, but then I'm also like making memes or I'm like doing something for the community, sending emails. And yeah, it's like multitasking becomes a skill that you like have to have when you're doing something like this. And yeah, I've been trying to get naps in wherever I can because like I get so burnt out from just talking to people all day and like trying to use my brain. It's draining.
But I feel like that's why one of the reasons my girlfriend is pissed off at me on a regular is because like she'll call or we'll be talking and like I'm in a Discord and I was on I got out of a Twitter space and I was doing like it's like 18 different live feeds that I'm like participating in or people, an active speaker in. It's like I feel like I've gotten really good at like separating my brain out into all of these different like managing multiple. I don't know if I could have, if I was that good at doing that, even just, before all this happened. Like it's kind of a skill that you learn.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and for people who are not in crypto also, like it's hard to understand like that you're like glued to the computer, you're trading, you're in this whole other world. It's hard to see it from the outside in when you're not in it. And hopefully your girlfriend can understand it maybe a little bit more if she gets into it herself. And so because it becomes fun, like people like to watch their wallet and then check and see how many tokens they've earned in Reflect. Like I have my family in it. I have my mom, I have my aunt, my grandma follows our Twitter account every day and is always like, she knows more than my mom does at this point. And she's like, oh, Olivia's talking with this person. Olivia is going on, she was saying she's going on Crypto Wendy O's show on Friday morning. And I was like, oh my God.
Awesome.
Yeah, like it's fun when like you have families involved and it's something that they like following as well. And I've had a lot of people saying like, oh yeah, like my parents are in the coin, like it's their first coin. I'm like, that is amazing. Like that is so funny and like so awesome to see that like everybody's such a good sport about it and like having fun and getting involved. So hopefully we can get her in and like get her to see how it can be fun. Like meme tokens are such a good way to get into crypto and it not be this like really, really serious thing. It can be fun and then you see memes and then you laugh because you can relate with them and you're like, oh, that's funny. Like, because it's something that you hold now. And we were saying this before too. It's like everybody wants ass merch because it's like, everybody feels like they're part of this like brand and community and it's like when you put a shirt on it solidifies it so much more that you can like throw on your shirt and like just proudly wear it. Yeah, so I'm trying to get some merch out ASAP.
Guys, let me get to some super chats here. Nurse Terry Reed coming in with another $15. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you. She says, Liv is a rock star. I'm grateful and thankful for you and your intention in this world. That is awesome. Thank you, Terry. And thank you for those kind words for Liv and your continued support of Steven Steele Live. Don of Degen, thank you for your $5 super chat. How have people close to you reacted to you getting international attention? I assume that's for Liv.
Yeah. I don't think that everybody really knows that I have. I've kept it kind of quiet, to be honest. Like a very, very, very select group of friends that I'm in contact with still, barely, because I've like fallen off the grid. I feel so bad. I've been a shitty friend recently. But I think they get it. They get what I'm doing. But they have been kind of following along, and they're kind of like in awe of what's happening. They're like, what the hell is like going on? And they're all supporting me. Most of them hold ass tokens also. And a couple of them, it's their first crypto. So they're excited to, and I'm happy to have been able to bring them into crypto too, because this is something I've been trying to get a lot of my friends into. And they're like, oh, I don't know how to do it. And they're just intimidated. But yeah, like my family also, a lot of my family is super involved. They call me and ask me all the time, like how it's going. And they follow on all of our socials and stuff. So it's super nice to have their support as well. And I have family who's very well connected also in business. I don't want to go into it too much because people have been harassing my family also. I had somebody harassing my mom, and it was pretty messed up actually. Like it really hit hard because I was like, you're not messing with me, you're messing with my family now. Like I take that as a big threat. So like I urge you, if you are a troll in the community, it's not funny, and I take that as a very big threat. Don't do it.
So,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
So just to be clear, and you don't have to go into details about what transpired, but just to be clear, these are people harassing your mother over as a result of the crypto business.
Yep. DMing her.
And what are these people from any other crypto communities, or do you know the intention or why?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I read some of the messages myself saying, oh, like, thinking like my mom also was a fake account. Some people were like, Liv made a fake account for her mom's Twitter. Like, my mom made a Twitter so she could follow along with this stuff. She never had a Twitter before. So she made one so she could follow along, and they're like, Liv's like so pathetic. She made a Twitter account like to look like her mom and stuff. And I'm like, you guys are literally so crazy. Like, stop. Like,
let it be known
like,
that I will also defend Liv to the ends of this earth.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with the balls.
Thank you.
Just so anybody out there knows.
Yeah. It was like creepy though. I'm like, they're reaching out to her on her Facebook and like her personal Instagram. So I'm like, this is messed up. Like, you guys are crossing way too many lines now. It's not like you're commenting on her Twitter. You're going and finding her other socials by like looking her up. And I'm like, this is really disturbing. Like, I read the messages and stuff, and I'm like, this is like, and that's scary for like a parent to have to see stuff like that about
yeah, of course
their child. And it's like that, like, what the fuck, like, what are you doing, guys? Like that's like not ethical. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't care how you feel and your emotions about whatever. Like, you don't involve somebody's parents and their family. Like, that's just not cool. And it's, it was just like super frustrating because I'm like, I feel responsible for it at the same time also, because it's like, and not that it's like I asked for it, but it's also like I feel responsible because it's like, now that I have all this attention on me, like that's happening by association. So like now people are like, oh, let's contact her mom. Like, what the hell are you guys thinking? Like, no. Like, you realize like that's not okay. And if anything, like that's pushing me farther away, like doing stuff like that. Like, what are you thinking? And so, yeah, like, I mean, but for the most part, my family has been like super receptive. Like, they're helping me with the project too. Like, they're putting me in contact with so many people that they know, because my family is also very well connected. People that know me, like, they have a lot of business connections and a lot of connections in like the fashion industry. My mom used to be a model. My father was a photographer his whole life. So we have ends with the entire fashion industry essentially in Toronto. I used to model for a few years of my life, and I know a lot of agencies and models who I am getting on board. I actually have a meeting on Monday with getting essentially like the top models in Toronto, and also who are signed to other agencies in all over the world, I guess, like globally, and getting a bunch of them on board. Because they're super nice. It's like with my former mother agent who used to manage me, and she's a good friend of my mom's too, so she's gonna help me get her models on board, which is like some of literally the top models in the world. Yeah, so like we're gonna have a freaking stacked team. So yeah, like,
wow.
That's
So
how you break into the female dominated industries and keep it elegant.
yeah, exactly. And it's like we need some powerful women out there that are going to like help support us, and yeah, keep it elegant also.
Yes.
For sure.
let me get to the super chat, and then I want to follow up with you about what you just laid down there, Liv. Frank Avila, thank you, Frank. Appreciate the generous super chat of $25. Says, hi, Liv. Love the project. Top 300 holder. What's up with a burning of coins? I think we need to burn more ASAP to bring inventory down. And thoughts on using a liquidity pool? I assume these are questions you get quite often, Liv.
Yeah, man, like it's shit every day. It's like, it's so tiring. It's so tiresome. I don't even want to answer this question because I get it literally like 50 times per hour in our chat. Why top 50 wallets not burning all of their supply? Oh my gosh, wait, I took screenshots last night. When I was going through my archives. You need to see this stuff. Like, I cannot, can you share stuff or no? Like,
I could share
Here.
if you send me something. If you like DM it to me, I could share it on the screen.
I'm texting it to you. Do you want me to send it to you on like?
No, DM it to me on I can't show it through my phone. DM it to me on Twitter.
You need to show people what I'm dealing with on the daily so people understand.
So what I imagine is, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is how new the project is to me. So this is the challenge. One of the challenges that you have, Liv, is because you are operating in the BSC space. A lot of times the people that are in not a lot of times, but there's a fair chunk of people that actively invest in BSCs. They're younger and consequentially a bit more impatient. They're young and they're new to investing, new to even crypto. And there's just a whole host of just brand new young investors exploding into the BSC space right now. And so they're more impatient, right? This is a brand new project, and this is kind of what I was trying to tell some of those more impatient folks in your ass Telegram the other day. I was just like, hey, look, some of you guys just need to relax. This is a brand new project. Liv is very capable. She's very brilliant. She knows what she's doing. She has a strategy. You just need to give it at least a chance for these strategies to unfold. I mean, we're less than a month out, right, Liv?
Yep, basically. And it's just people, I'm like, bro, if you're going to be in here complaining every day, why the heck are you investing your money? Like, I encourage you to never invest again, because you cannot be like this emotional in crypto. Also, like, this is going to burn you if you are this emotional in crypto. You cannot be trading off of emotion. You can never do that. And you have to be, it's not easy to get your emotions detached. But like, some of the messages I'm getting on a daily from the same people over and over, I'm like, guys, like, stop, like it's insane. Like, and people are coming in the voice chats too and ruthlessly asking this question. This literally happened like an hour ago before I came on here. People are just like, hey, Liv, when's the price gonna pump? I'm like, is this a real question? Is this, I was seriously like, I was like, bruh. And then all the guys in there were like, no, Liv, don't worry. we got this. And I was like, thank you so much. But I was like, is this for real? Like, I can't. I can't. I'm like, you should not be in crypto, bro, if you're like asking when is the price going to pump. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. We're like, we had a retracement in the whole market. So one, the whole market's not looking that great right now. It's probably going to come back, in my opinion. I don't think we're in a bear market. People keep saying we're in a bear market. I'm like, if you ask me, I don't think we're in a bear market. I think it's a retracement. Needed to happen. But like, I'm like, you should not be investing money that you are worried about, first of all, an amount of money that you are worried about, because you have to always be okay with losing it all. Not to say that that would ever happen, but you need to be okay with never seeing that money again so you can safely invest. And I stress this time and time again. Like, I don't talk about price with the people in my chat, and it's just like so frustrating getting these messages. Oh my God, Steven.
So
man,
this is. So what I'm showing on the screen right now, guys, I'm showing screenshots that Liv messaged me, just kind of give an example of all the different kind of badgering she's been getting about the same thing here.
I gotta pull this up with you. I gotta see this stuff.
And so. Yeah, this is yeah, and they're asking like just like annoying, badgering little children almost. But no, this is
why are you not burning 50% of the supply? Minimum 10% burning is very necessary. Please burn 50%. Please burn 50%. What?
Yeah, you just got to be patient. These folks just
immaculate English, by the way.
They need to exercise patience. It's just the project is so new, but I think sorry, I'm like laughing out loud as I'm reading this.
It's too much. Like,
this is why, guys, I would never in my life, and not to. Like,
I know where you're going, Nick.
Yeah, I don't. Liv, you're doing an immaculate job. I do not envy you. I get I get these exact same things about Doge, a handful of times a week. But I couldn't imagine what your inbox is like on a daily basis. This is why I will not be making a token or coin at any time, because like,
I wouldn't recommend it to people, because it's just holy crap. I've aged like 50 years in like a month from the stress of like everybody just one moon, one burn, when Lambo, when price go up, why price always go down, why coin dead, why devs rug. I'm like, holy crap, man, I can't.
And on that note, I am actually gonna head out for the night.
Sure.
I've got my last leg training session tomorrow morning, and yeah, it is. It's gonna be a grinder.
Yep, no worries, man. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, man.
Have
Thank
fun,
you,
Nick.
Steven. Oh, I will. Thank you guys for having me. Make sure you guys, if you're in the chat, hit the like, smash the subscribe. I don't know, whatever the kids say nowadays. Liv, so nice talking to you, Steven. We will chat tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good, Nick. Thank you. Thank
Later,
you,
guys.
Oh, goody! I get to take a very interesting super chat here. Thank you, Thank you, Musky Doge, for your $5 super chat. Here we go. Is this some kind of joke? Steven Steele, Nick Balls, please tell me you're both trolling us. No offense, but it seems like you're selling out the Doge army. Okay. All right. I guess I have to tackle this again. And Musky Doge, you must be new to the show. I mean, you just have to be, because this is something I've just been explaining at length, profusely. I'll do it again. So please listen closely. Take notes. Maybe record this if you have to.
1 sec. I'm just walking away for a second also, so don't think I'm ignoring you also.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
Right back.
No problem. So, Musky Doge, firstly, I've explained my support for by Ass Token. It's a lighthearted joke project. It's It has parallels to Doge in terms of it starting as a joke, but they're very different. It's like apples to oranges. Dogecoin is a coin. It's a serious currency that's positioned, in my opinion, to be the best, most used digital currency on the planet. Okay? I strongly feel that way about it. So firstly, let's get that out of the way. Ass token, it's a token. It's a BSC. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's stupid. It's silly. And it's interesting to me. I met Liv through happenstance and through Billy Marcus. I met Liv through Billy Marcus, the creator of Dogecoin, who's a good friend of mine. Okay. And Billy and I both took a liking to Liv because we found her project and found her as a person to exemplify honesty and integrity in what she was doing. She wasn't trying to make Ass Token out to be any more than what it was. And she's been very transparent about this. Secondly, I don't care if anyone here buys Ass Token or not. I'm not advocating that anyone buys Ass Token or not. I don't care if you buy Ass or you don't buy Ass. I don't even know if Ass is a good investment financially. But what I can tell you is I personally believe it's a fun, exciting project that it has potential because of Liv. Okay? And that's where it starts and ends for me. So if you're skeptical of Ass at all, don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not even implying what you should do with your money. And secondly, I'm not getting paid a dime from Ass Token and Ass Finance. Okay. And so also, I'm not going to just talk about Dogecoin 24 hours a day. I come out of the entertainment industry. This is a talk show. This isn't just TA. This isn't just I stare at a Dogecoin chart and that's all I talk about. It's freaking boring to do that all the time. And right now, it appears, as it's been happening the last couple weeks, Dogecoin has been trading sideways between the same 5-6 cent margin. It will probably continue to do that for another couple weeks. What do you want me to do, bro? Do you want me to come on here every night and just talk about, oh, Dogecoin is between 31 and 33 cents today, and for the next 3 frickin' hours, we're gonna stare at the candles and watch it go between 31 and 33 cents. I'm not going to do that. So I like to have a variety of guests on here with a variety of personalities, with a variety of narratives that I can talk to and explore and make things more interesting. That's what it's about for me. That's what it's about for me. Again, this is a talk show, bro. This is a talk show. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's what I bring to the space. This isn't just, it's a very crypto-centric show, because I do have a passion for that, but it's not limited to that. That's what makes Steven Steele Live a unique community. That's what makes the show what it is. And that's why people come here, because it's something different. It's something different. So, yeah. And you know, when people come after my integrity like that, don't come after my integrity like that. Don't come after my integrity like that. Anyway, you followed it up with a $10 super chat. Been following you since the holidays, bro. With that joke, so no, I'm not new, bro. Come on now. Okay, you know what, man? Like, I don't even know what you're saying there, but like, just take your money back. Send me your PayPal. I will refund you the $15 that you sent me to insult me. DM me your PayPal. Let me send that money right back to you. I don't want it. I don't want your money. Please. Just DM me your PayPal. I'll send it right back to you. I don't want it. Tim, with $10 super chat. Crypto requires patience. Not many people are, but it makes you really appreciate those who have it. Much respect to you all. And by the way, I'll just add one last thing, mosquitoes, whoever you are. If you have a problem with me forging a relationship and a friendship with Liv from Ask Finance and bringing her on here on a regular basis, you might want to also talk to Billy Marcus about that and see how he feels about that. The guy who created the token that you say you're so bullish about. All right, I'm done with that. So thank you.
Steven.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Tim Braymiller, thank you for your $10 again. I didn't mean to overshadow your donation there. Crypto requires patience. Not many people are, but it makes you really appreciate those who have it. Much respect to you all. Thank you so much, Tim. I know I've been seeing you your name here pretty repeatedly over the last several weeks, and really appreciate that. And Liv as Finance comes in with 20 Canadian. Brap. We have a crush on Doge. Yes. Thank you, Liv. Not necessary, but thank you very much. Doge of Degen coming in with $2. Thank you, Doge of Degen. Doge ask coins so we can build bridges. Yes. Thank you for that, Don of Degen. Cray Cray Astro Spray, that's what I call her. I know your username is KC Cray Astro Spray, but I think Cray Cray Astro Spray is just flows off the tongue that much better. I love it. So annoying how people come at you, Steve. I've never heard of a show host who supports Doge as much as you do. People should give you the credit deserved. Thank you so much. You know what? Liv, if you'll allow me, give me 2 minutes on this. Listen, don't take my statement on Twitter yesterday saying that I'm choosing not to talk about certain tokens as weakness or me being fearful. In my position right now, I have to pick my battles. I have to choose my focus. I don't want to put all my energy into harboring a environment and a focus of contention with one other community of a certain token, which most people know I'm talking about. That's not what I'm trying to do. So sometimes I have to just look at the pros and cons of discussing my concerns about things like that. And I have to look at what that's going to do for the Doge community, what that's going to do. And sometimes I just had to make the judgment call there that I felt the animosity that would stir up would overshadow everything else that I'm trying to do. So there's that. What's interesting to me is I have been completely transparent. I have been. My reputation precedes me. My integrity precedes me. So now I have Safe Moon people launching the most absurd threats, much like Liv was talking about with her mother, people stalking people, insinuating that they're going to do all sorts of horrible things to me. And now I've got people, people coming at me from the Doge side too. You know what I mean? Questioning my integrity. Listen, do not mistake my diplomacy for weakness, because I'm nice until I'm not. Because at the end of the day, don't get it twisted, I'm a fucking lion, okay? I'm a fucking lion. So you want to come after my integrity, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, because I stand by what I say. My integrity speaks for itself, and there's enough of that. Mosquitoes, and then $5 again. I respect that. Responsible. The Blood Moon messed with me. Got here late. I apologize. You deserve it, bro. Respect or not given. I mean, I guess that's an apology now. Okay.
I respect that. I respect that.
All right. Thank you, man.
That.
All right.
I think it was cool to come in hot like that and say those claims. You should probably watch it in the future. Not a good way to come in like that, but I respect that you are apologizing though, especially on here, Musky Doge.
Musky Doge.
Steven, I'm sorry, man. You got to deal with so much shit.
It's unbelievable. It's the barrage that I've been under the last few weeks has just been unbelievable. But Musky Doge, if that's a genuine apology, water under the bridge. I'm quick to forgive. I don't like to hold on to things. So if that is a sincere apology, then we're good. We are fine. We are fine. So thank you for the super chat. And I wanted to be clear. At the end of the day, for me, and my integrity and my ethics are far more important than money. So, like I said, I get offers thrown at me all the time, you guys. I could be making much more money than I do right now doing what I do, because I don't want to back anything. I don't want to get involved with anything that I don't feel strongly about, that doesn't align with my vibe and my values. Okay, so just please understand that. Please understand. But Muskie-Does, I do appreciate that. I do. Captain Crypto Captain Andrew Savage, man, $5. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Cray Cray Astro Spray coming in at $2. Much love. Thank you. Right back at you, Cray Cray Astro Spray. And I apologize for a little bit of the harsh language. I know on my YouTube show, I usually try to keep things, as I say, PG-13. I dropped an F-bomb or two in there. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I apologize for all that, Liv. And Liv, I apologize for putting you on hold that long while I kind of went off there.
You do your thing. I mean, I get in the same mode too. Now I will just go off. I'm like, I just like don't see anything around me, and I'm like, when I'm pissed about something, I'm pissed. So I mean, I get it. It's all good.
You know, I think people were starting, because I've been under so much attack from a few different sides for honestly no reason. Like I haven't done anything wrong. That's what's crazy. Except I think it's because my profile has been growing. I imagine that's in large part to why this is happening, right? But at the same time, I think people saw blood in the water when I tweeted out last night or this morning, where I just said, I'm been receiving these messages. I'm not going to talk about these things anymore. I'm going to defer this to who I feel is one of the better researchers on things of that nature, who runs a Twitter profile that puts out regular findings on such things, and just let him. He likes that attention. I think people saw that, and they saw blood in the water, and they say, "Oh, he's rattled. We got him." Don't get it twisted. I'm not rattled. I'm just picking my priorities here. I just don't want that to occupy my whole my whole thing here, and it detracts from my overall objectives and my overall goals. You understand? Yeah. So, it can turn into a full-time thing. Being the going in a back and forth like that, it can turn into a full-time thing, and that's not what I want to do. That's not a part of my plan and my objective.
I know it's easy to get into it, and there's always just somebody who has something to say and just wants to stir up trouble, whether or not they really. I mean, it's like you said, it's about picking your battles, and people will just come in and try and rattle you up for no reason a lot of the times, and then you have to figure out, okay, is this really worth it? Sometimes I'm like, no, and then sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm fucking done. I'm like, sorry for my language, but I'm done.
It's okay.
And I
it's
will
right.
just you just have to put your foot down and just be like, no, come on, you can only be so passive so many times until you're just like, no, okay, I'm done.
Right. Yeah, it's one of these things too where, okay, so let's get back to what I wanted to have a conversation with you about here, because I see this as one of your greatest challenges in your position, and one that I empathize in, and one that I've been observing from the sidelines. And that is the space that you're in is filled with very a lot of very young, very impatient investors. This project has been on the market for less than a month, and I'm seeing people just have meltdowns, absolute meltdowns about your project because it's in a slump or one day or a couple days in a row. And to me, and for any of those investors listening, those young people listening, I have to tell you, I find this, as somebody who's been an investor for about 12 years between stocks and crypto, I find this absolutely puzzling and completely irrational. Completely irrational. I don't understand how you can invest in a project and just completely freak out when not even a month has passed. Not even a month has passed. Well, this woman is garnishing a lot of press, and her branding is just coming together. This thing is just starting to really come into its own stride and its own identity. You have big plans going forward that you've been starting to share with us here, in your expansion and your ambitions for the project. To me, it just seems rather ridiculous. It seems rather ridiculous that people can just feel so entitled and feel like they're demanded so much in such a short amount of time. And I don't mean to overstep my boundaries here, Liv.
Oh, yeah,
but
I mean, I have a lot of people speaking about it the same way you are. I get it. It's hard. And it's like, yeah, I can give this lecture so many times. I'm like, guys, like, and our admins are having to do it. It's like everybody's feeling like a broken record that we're saying over and over, listen, we're 1 month old. You should never invest enough that you are financially ruined. Nobody should ever do that. And like, it's insane the amount of hate that I've been getting. And questions being like, why price not going up? I'm like, Jesus, like, don't be in this investment if you can't handle it not going up. Like, just don't invest. I literally just say to people, I'm like, just fucking leave then. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I'm working everything that I can do on this. I am always open to questions and whatnot, but like, I can't deal with this. Like, what do you want me to do? Sit down and baby you all day? And then like, to say like, oh, this is exactly what I'm doing. You realize that like, then if I'm doing that, I'm wasting my time in Telegram. Like people are just absolutely just, honestly, like, it's just so low IQ to just be doing this all day. I'm like, go do something else. Like, and if this is a freaking community token, like, if this is a community token, that means I don't have to be here. So like, also don't like get that twisted. I do not need to be here. I can leave at any time if I want to. That doesn't mean I'm going to, but like, people need to get it around their head that like, you guys have to do stuff too. And I have people who have been like, and they know who they are. They have been helping me making memes, like making music, making whatever it is, and helping me and putting me in contact with people. And those people are the people that stand out to me. And I applaud them for being these proactive people rather than sitting there sulking, being like, why is the price not going up? Like, it's so toxic. Yes, somebody just said Telegram is so toxic. It can be. Like, it's literally gets so toxic at times. And it's so annoying when I'm just like trying to do stuff and then I have people panicking and freaking out over their $10 investment that it's not $1 billion yet.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah. Like, yeah, this guy's saying focus on Discord. The thing is, like, I don't even have time to keep up with both of them. I prefer using Telegram because it's much more fast paced and I can just hop in, hop out. But I'm not very like, Discord is good though. I'm not gonna lie, it is very good. I need to maybe get into using Discord more. I don't know. Like, it's hard to like really know which is the best thing to be doing, to be honest. I prefer Telegram myself because I like the fast pacedness of it, but this is Reddit is freaking Discord is so much more like organized, and but I find that most of our community is in Telegram, so I don't know if they're going to want to migrate over. Like, I'm not really sure what people intend on doing. I don't know. Like, we got like 3,000 people in our Discord. We got 7,000 in our Telegram. Yeah, like, I don't really know, to be honest. Like, we have both as an option, but I don't know which is... I think it's going to be toxic no matter where you are. If you're in Discord or if you're in Telegram, it's going to end up being toxic. But like, oh my God, I do not wish it on anyone to go and make a token and have to deal with the stuff that I'm dealing with on a daily basis, because it is very frustrating.
And I love how transparent you are about this process, and I love that you're just kind of airing it out in real time on the show tonight. I love that. I love that about you. And to me, that just speaks volumes. TJ Braymiller, $10 super chat. Thank you again, TJ. Really appreciate it. This is Tim. I go by TJ, though. I don't know why. I've never changed that on here till now. Anyway, I heard Doge wanted some ass and vice versa. Yeah, there's actually a meme. I think you may have made it live with the Lady and the Tramp with the Doge dog and the Australian safe shepherd, right?
No, that was made by one of our top meme connoisseurs,
It's
Rex_Takashi on Twitter. He is like, man, this guy is so good at memes. Him and another guy in our community, Flying Crypto Cat, are literally so good at making memes. Like, they're so like artistically on point and also so funny at the same time. I'm like blown away all the time like by them, and memes really speak to me. So like those two really like pull on my heartstrings. I'm like, you guys are like some of our best assets in the community. Like, it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I think that's really definitely probably the cutest meme between the Doge and the Doge ass worlds, and I like that movie. It's a classic. And so, Liv, not to put you in the hot seat here, but just one more question about because this is a common criticism that I'll see kids talking smack about in the BSC. Short attention span world, and I've heard people accuse you of having multiple wallets, and that somehow is indicative of something shady going on. What do you? How do you respond to something like that?
Oh my God, I've seen it really all. There's a lot of it at the start, and it was like being propagated by somebody who is a former admin of ours, King of Hustle. I always call him King of FUD now. He was in our admin chat. I ended up deleting him because he started saying some pretty messed up comments, and I was like, okay, like, the stuff that you're saying is not a joke. We gotta kick you. Like, it's not a good look. This isn't cool. I don't agree with anything you're saying. And he kind of went off, started fudding the shit out of me, started fudding the shit out of everyone. And it was just such a mess, and like that like wasted like half a day of our time, and then like started writing all over Twitter and a bunch of other people too, and I'm like, bro, they're posting all of this stuff. Like, Liv's got, like, I remember reading one, it was like Liv's got like 50% of the supply and she's dumping it all on you. I'm like, oh my God. Like, they are just saying the most absurd things. Yes, I have multiple wallets, but my multiple wallets are like small, very, very, very minuscule wallets with a couple BNB each of ass in them for my family that I allocated for them on their behalf because they wanted to get it and had no idea how to get it.
I have my personal wallet that is public and showing. It's now the top wallet. I was probably like number 5, 6, 7-ish for the first while. People ended up selling, and I obviously have diamond hands. So I worked my way up to number 1, other than like the exchange wallets, which are on there in the top wallets as well. But yeah, I mean, like, there's been so much FUD everywhere. And like, that's even stuff that was being sent to like my mom. And that's the thing. It was like, your daughter's a scammer. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, this is too much, guys. Like, and it's like all of these fake tweets. There's like, people will post like 17 wallets and be like, these are all of Liv's wallets. And I'm like, bro, you could literally copy and paste anyone's wallet and just be like, this is Liv's wallet. And like, I'm like, this doesn't mean anything, first of all, but like, where is your rationale behind it? And it's just, I don't know. It's like such a headache dealing with that stuff. And I mean, I like talk to people and I try and be as transparent as I can about it, but like, it always comes up no matter what. But I mean, I've seen this in every project. Like, people will go and FUD and be like, devs are dumping right now. Team is dumping, team is selling, and it's like, no, like, just because your price is going down, it doesn't mean your devs are dumping. Like, that doesn't mean that. Yes, I've seen it happen before, but like, you can't just always equate that. I actually watched a YouTube video tonight, actually. I was curious to see how many YouTube videos are out about us. And I found one dude who was like talking about our token. He's like, possibly, the next 100x, the possible next 100x, like Doge or SHIB. And he was like, he kept referring to the developers as a he. And then he also kept referring to like, he's like, and then there was a dump. So it looks like the team sold their supply here or whatever. This is probably what it was. And I'm like this guy's got like 40,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. And I'm like, saying stuff like that's also super harmful. Like, you should be doing your research before you make claims like that. Like, first of all, no, I wasn't selling, actually. Like, I genuinely was not selling. You can see my wallet. I'm the top wallet. Like, I'm not freaking selling my shit. I'm holding my stuff. And like, having people going around saying stuff like that, like, you realize you're harming the community by doing stuff like that. And because you haven't done your research, you don't know anything. So why are you using your platform and going on your platform and saying stuff that can actually harm the community and like harm reputations by doing that? Like, you have to realize what you're doing and doing stuff like that. People are saying, I think she's the top Doge holder. Steven?
Sorry, my microphone was muted. I didn't know it. So what you're saying is there was this channel that this kid was just going off on just pure unfounded speculation.
Oh God, yeah, they made like a Telegram group. It was
and also just to reel things in, because I just want to keep it just as most comprehensive as possible for the viewers too. So the thing about the multiple wallets, I have 3 wallets, for example, and I don't even run a coin. I have
way more than 3 wallets. I can tell you that for sure. I've got way more than 3 wallets, but usually it's not to hold my own coin. Also, it's like, I just always do that because I don't need people tracking my stuff. So if I'm like buying a new token and stuff, like I'll have new wallets. And because people will do that. People are nuts, man. Like, they will literally just track your wallets to try and see what you're buying and copy your purchases. I'm like, bro, don't copy what I'm buying. Like they're doing it like it's financial advice and stuff. And then like posting your wallet around. I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah. So a lot of what you're saying is too, a lot of your motivation for multiple wallets is strictly privacy issues over your own personal investments outside of AS.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always done this before like Ass Token. I've had so many wallets, and so does like Craig, my partner, does that as well, because it's like you don't need people following your every step. Like, and it's for privacy reasons, and it's also because I don't know, you can just make a fresh wallet if you don't want like 1,000 tokens in there, and you want whatever, this is set aside for this token, this is set aside for this token, and yeah, I mean, I think that's not new. A lot of people do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like akin to people being able to see all your transactions in your Venmo or your PayPal or your credit card statements. You know what I mean? It's kind of similar to me in that it's almost like I can understand that in terms of just for breach of privacy over your own personal investments. I think that's something. So that seems to be the majority of your motivation for all the multiple wallets. Am I correct? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So that makes perfect sense to me. I just wanted to clear that up, and just wanted to clear it up. Warlord, Craigor. Wow, what an epic. I don't know. No, it'd be wild as if that was your real name. But it sounds like you are operating out of the D&D Music Factory, my friend. Warlord Craigor. $5 super chat. Thank you, Warlord. Hello, Steve. I am a fan of your intro promo song. Could you also please upload your outro song? You know what? I will do that. I've had this request multiple times. So just as I have uploaded the video edit that I made for the intro music video, I will also upload the music edit that I made for the outro video as well. So Warlord, I can't say I'll be getting to it tonight or even the next day, but look for that this week. I will get to that sometime this week, and I hope you're subscribed to the channel, because that's where you will see it uploaded, my friend. Bang Stun, yes, Steve's got to go. He hasn't talked about Doge in the last 2 minutes. That's hilarious. Thank you. Rat Rex asks an interesting question. She asks, how do you keep your passwords safe for all the wallets?
For myself, I mean, you can either like handwrite them down. You can save them in a safe spot. I'm not going to say where I put them because people are insane. But yeah, I would exposed to other people online. So I would recommend probably the best thing to do is handwrite it down. Also make sure that's handwritten down properly, because if you mess up a number, I've done it before, and then I like go back and recheck it over and I'm like, oh crap. You have to be sure like it's right with your seed phrases and your private keys. So yeah, I mean, usually if I have multiple wallets, I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 main wallets, and then I'll have like tiny little whatever, a couple BNB in one wallet. Like if I'm making an investment for somebody, my mom, my cousins who are like, I want to get into it, I don't know how to get into it. I'm like, listen, I'll grab you some now. I can always transfer you it later. If you want me to get it now, I don't have the time to walk you through how to get it, etc., etc. And yeah, so I'll hold them for some people. I have maybe 3 or 4 wallets for family. I threw a couple BNB in for them so that they can have tokens. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that answer on that, because just the whole concept of crypto wallets is still relatively speaking, this is still new technology for most people, even most people within the crypto space. So there are a lot of people that are just getting wallets now. They're just starting to regularly use crypto wallets. I'm sure that information is helpful for people, and they're definitely something that they're curious about. And I've been getting more and more questions like that lately. So yeah. Thank you for clearing that. So, Liv, what do you say is the next step? I mean, as far as Ass Token in Africa, Is this something that is something that's going to start materializing within the year here? Or is this something that is going to kind of unfold even long term than that, or what?
I'm not too sure yet. Like, so hopefully we're going to get into the development of making an ecosystem or platform soon. I've been talking to some developers who are extremely smart. I was talking to some today, and they would be interested in helping me. And we were trying to really narrow it down how we were going to execute this idea that I had, because it's really just an idea at this point, and it will take probably quite a bit of building and time to do something like that. But there's like two ways to do it. It could be fairly easy or much more difficult. I was not looking to go the more difficult way and starting just with the easy, like in terms of scalability, and then possibly in the future we integrate more into it. But yeah, I don't know exactly how long that would take in terms of development. I was talking to some developers who are releasing their own blockchain very soon. So we want to be building off of there. And then somebody in our community also, like I said, has blockchain solutions, and that's who put me in touch with the gentleman Stefan who works in the at the African Union in peace and security. So they would possibly be able to help me as well, but I'm trying to decide now, I guess, what we're going to be building, and then we'll have to figure out, like, okay, how long is this going to take? And like we can make like a beta version of it, like a proof of concept, and then scale it larger. So essentially, like, we don't have to come out with this gigantic, magnificent thing all at once. Like, we can scale it larger. We can start small and then just keep building on that. And that's what I plan on doing.
Right on. Charlie Carmati, thank you for your $5 super chat. I know you can generate new wallets under one MetaMask account and seed phrase. Is there a way to make brand new accounts on the same device, though? Oh, I don't.
So you can, yeah, you can. That's right. You can add new wallets in one MetaMask.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can just, like, you legit just like go to MetaMask, and then you can just press like create account, and it's just like a sub account under your one main account.
Right.
And brand new accounts on the same device, I'm not sure. Maybe on a different browser. I don't know. I guess you could probably do that if you have like another browser that supports extensions, like app extensions, like Chrome does, because I just use Chrome, but some people prefer to use Firefox. I know you can use that. Or if you're somebody that uses Brave browser, a lot of people use that as well. I think you can do MetaMask on there. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. Same with Firefox. I think you can do it. I've never tried it myself, but technically you should be able to have a different account with a different seed phrase, I would think, and on your phone maybe, but same device on the same browser, or like the same I guess like interface, like on Chrome. I'm not sure myself. I'm not sure if you could, maybe if you log out of your account, make a new account, but I've never tried doing something like that before.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for your input on that. Looks like another super chat for $5 from TJ Braymiller. Thank you again, TJ. Liv sounds super chill. Don't see any red flags whatsoever. I don't see any reason not to support ass. Thank you, TJ. And just so you guys know, I mean, I know I say this all the time, but I, as a show host in my role, I'm not telling you guys to buy ass. I don't care if you buy ass or not. It's of no consequence to me. I don't give a, you know what? I just happen to like Liv. I think she's an exceptional person. I vibe with her. I feel like our personalities and our intellects, they just vibe well. I just feel like I vibe with her well, and I find her a trustworthy person who's also interesting to me. And that's the extent of it. And I like having her on the show. So,
Thanks,
yeah.
I like being here.
Good. I'm glad. And, you know, Liv, I would love to, we'll talk more off the air, but I'd love to have you back on the show where we're not even necessarily talking about ass, you know, and just other things. And, we'll talk more off the air. But someone asked, do you think the crypto market is being manipulated? My friend, it's always being manipulated in many ways, by governments, by whales, by billionaires, by influencers, et cetera. And yes, Joe Miles coming in, $10 super chat, just no message, just support. Joe, appreciate it. Thanks for helping pay my cell phone bill and keeping my lights on. Appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate that very much. So yeah, guys, you are with your man, Real Deal Steven Steele, coming to you live on Steven Steele Live, Friday Night Live. And you know, I didn't even get around to the title of the show tonight just because we gotten so caught up with lots of what Liv's been up to, which I think has just been very fascinating, very interesting developments. But just to touch on some of this, Live in Miami. Any affiliation with Live nightclub at the Fountain Blue Miami? I'm going to speculate no direct affiliation.
No.
What?
No. I got that question before too.
Have you really?
Yeah. Somebody was in Miami. I can't remember who it was, and they sent me a photo, and they're like, or no, it was a screenshot or something, and somebody was like, were you here or something? And I'm like, wait, what? Because they saw signs, I think LIV, being like carried around by like the bottle girls, and they're like, was this you? And I'm like, no, that's like Live nightclub, because they knew I was in Miami, and people were like thinking that I was getting like all these signs and stuff, and I was like, no, that's like an actual like club. We didn't go there. We went to a few clubs. We were like bar hopping in Miami just one night. But yeah, we didn't end up going there, and no affiliation. Musky Doge.
Gotcha. Yeah. Last time I was in Miami was for the Winter Music Conference, which is an electronic music conference, and that was years ago. And I DJ'd some pool party, and it was an extraordinarily douchey experience. But my booking agency at the time felt it was good coverage for what I was doing, and it wasn't like I'm not saying I hated it. I was actually like amusing. It was just that scene, you know. It was very Jersey Shore-esque, you know, and I don't know. I don't know what else to make of it. It was just interesting. It was very hilarious, actually. So. Liv, if you have to go anytime, you know, just feel free to notify me. I don't want you to feel pressured to stay, but I'd love to have you as I discuss other things. That graph looks awful, Steve. The graph or the graph itself, or the Doge market value. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, it's not a detailed chart. I toggle back and forth between a more detailed chart with candles and buys and sells. And then I also just put the simplified laser chart of Robinhood on there because I like the ticker and I just like the aesthetics. So if you're referring to my choice of the kind of chart I have on here right now, I really don't care, bro. I don't care. I just like it for the aesthetics. I'm not getting into TA tonight, so don't care. Delos Doge coming in with $5 super chat. I'm looking to buy some good ass coin on Bitmart. That's the easiest place for me. I guess he's asking, is that the easiest place for one to buy ass?
Yeah, I was actually having this discussion today with somebody in our community because we want to get some like TikTok marketing going out, and then we were thinking, okay, wait, like if we do this, we need to make sure that we're able to differentiate which is the most simple, basic straightforward way that we can buy, that somebody can go and buy it in case they ask. And because I think a lot of people might get confused with PancakeSwap. I think if you're familiar with crypto and DeFi, it's not that hard to use. Some people still can't really figure it out, but for people outside of crypto, usually an exchange is the easiest way to get it. I think Bitmart is one of them. What else do we have? We have MXC, Bitmart, Gate.io. Let me pull it up right now. All of our exchanges. We have PancakeSwap, Gate.io, Bitmart, MXC, Whitebit, Coinbene, I don't know. Bilixi, Bicky, Bitrue, and Hotbit. Because some are banned in certain areas geographically as well. So you have to, I guess, take that into account if one of them, unless you use a VPN. I'm not recommending anyone use a VPN, but yeah, I think Bitmart is up there with one of them, and I'm pretty sure they do receive the reflections as well. So if you are on Bitmart, I do believe you get them daily. I don't know if you get them per transaction, but I've been getting in touch with all of the exchanges and trying to figure that out. Getting those reflections and making sure that they come back either to the holders, and if they don't support that on their exchange, making sure that goes back to the community to go into either marketing or going back into doing buybacks or donating it to charity. We're trying to figure out that, but yeah, I've reached out to all of the exchanges now, so I'm waiting to hear back from them all to figure out, okay, like making sure that either holders are getting those reflections, because we want to encourage people to be on exchanges or holding in PancakeSwap where they can actually receive those rewards if they're holding it, because it doesn't really make sense to be on an exchange where you're holding it and you're getting no reflections. Like, I want to make sure that everybody's like getting the best bang for their buck, I guess.
Right on. Let's see, you got another super chat here coming in. And I saw the request for the visual change-up, guys, so I'm doing that right now. No problem. Anthony Grant coming in $5 super chat. Thank you again, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. Will Ask be on any major platform soon? What do you say, Liv? I know. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good question. I mean, I've gotten the question a lot today. Yeah, so we are in talks with a couple major exchanges. We're hoping to get onto KuCoin soon. This isn't in stone, but we have somebody, like a contact, who's trying to get us listed there. And then we're obviously hoping to get on all of them. But I'm not sure exactly which will come first, because of all of the tensions in Asia right now with a lot of the media saying that there's like uncertainty what's going to happen with crypto. We're trying to like not push it too much right now until like those tensions can die down a little bit, because there was a lot of tensions also with meme coins there. And we're not trying to like go and get listed when tensions are hot, because that's like literally the worst time to try and ask to be listed.
Right.
Yeah, so we're trying to like do this strategically, but we have contacts in Asia who are working to try and get us listed on some of those major exchanges. Yeah, so hopefully it will happen soon. I can't really give dates. We have one major article coming out of China. I think it should be out on Monday or Tuesday, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I was talking with my contact who was getting it, who was getting that done, like who got me the interview. And so I asked him today when we can expect maybe to see it out. And he said just because of the tensions, like it's finished, but because of the tensions, they just didn't want to post it maybe now. So they're like, they think it should be okay maybe by Monday, Tuesday to be posting something like that on their platform, because that's when it would have like be the most effective. Because you really don't want to do it when like people's sentiments are not too happy.
Right, totally. And I know this is a question you probably get quite a bit, but is it ever possible, given the acronym of your token, to be platformed on something like Binance?
Sorry, can you just repeat that question?
Sure.
Steven?
So, is it even possible, given the acronym of your coin, ASS, is it even possible to be platformed in the future on something like Binance?
I mean, I'm not sure. You'd probably have to ask, I guess, like the owners and whoever's in charge of listings at these exchanges. Because, I mean, if it were up to me, like, yeah, go for it. Like, list it. Like, whatever. But, I mean, some of them are also listing us just as our full name, Australian Safe Shepherd. So, like, that's an option as well. You don't have to, but it's the ticker, I guess. But it, like, literally is just that. It's an abbreviation. It's a ticker. So, I don't know. Like, I don't see why it would be a problem. I mean, they're saying our name on the media, like on like the news. Bloomberg's covered us, Business Insider's covered us, TechCrunch has covered us, Yahoo Finance has covered us, Stockhead in Australia has covered us, Investor Place, Crypto Slate did an exclusive with me. It hasn't been an issue for any of these like very I guess professional entities, so I don't really see why that would now become a problem, but it doesn't mean that there wouldn't be, but I can't really speak on their behalf, I guess, as well.
Right. Yeah, so it sounds like there's overall been a fair amount of acceptance, considering, having a racy name, right? But I don't think I'm really glad you didn't go with something too racy and over the top, like Sea Rocket or something ridiculous like that. And, like we were discussing a few days ago on the show, I am personally pleased to see you go in a direction that is still very playful and fun, but at the same time, it's my personal opinion that I don't necessarily think it would be the best direction for Ass Token to get to prioritize the adult industry first and foremost. And I don't get me wrong, I do think there's extraordinary obvious potential there that should be explored. But I personally don't resonate with the idea of making that. I know other people have suggested this, really just kind of hammering that home and just really making it a specialized coin exclusively within the adult industry. I see Ass Token being potentially a lot more than that, and something that's not so limiting, because when you really just go pardon the inadvertent puns, full-throated within the adult industry, that it kind of pigeonholes you to certain limitations, and then also being associated exclusively with that is not necessarily for everyone. People have different tastes, and people have different personal standards when it comes to such things. What are your thoughts on what I just said there?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with your opinions on that. I feel the exact same way. I don't know how we want to really go forward with this, if we want to really fully dive into the adult content industry like that. That is a very, very profitable sector. And I think it would be the easy way to go, if you ask me. And it doesn't mean like actually easy. I think it would be very hard, but like it would be like just the thing that you would expect us to do,
right?
Given the name. And so I don't know exactly. Like I'm obviously not opposed to it. I've been thinking, okay, like, could we start somewhere else and then branch over into the like adult content industry? Like, that's an also another option. So we could go that route, or we could just totally go a whole different direction. I'm not sure yet what we want to do. I've been in talks with a bunch of people who are interested in working with us in like the adult content industry, and I'm super interested actually in it. But I'm also worried, okay, if we start there, how do we, I guess, branch out? Because like you said, you're pigeonholing yourself in. Once you kind of brand yourself as this label that goes into, I guess, like porn, people might only see you as that, and it might be hard to do business and get into other sectors after you've done that. So that just worries me a little bit. But like, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't start somewhere else and then go into that sector. Like Doge, if you look at them, like Doge tokens literally everywhere. It's
Right.
literally everywhere, and like it's on sites for porn, for tipping, and as a method of payment. But people don't associate it with that at all.
Right.
And that's because that's not how it branded itself from the start. It's something that just is simply used there now. But it was branded as this, essentially just that, like a brand. And it's like a way of like, I don't know, like a way of life or whatever. It's like a community. And that like travels through memes and through like relationships and people who are also interested in Doge. And so like I could see us doing something similar to that, and not like to copy Doge, but like to kind of grow naturally and organically in the same way that we start in lots of other different places. We don't have to just go and be like, yep, we're going in porn because our name is ass. Like, but also if you remember, we're a dog token. Like, it's just the ticker. And so we can do anything we want with it, essentially. It doesn't mean just because we have the name ass, you have to take that very literally and be like, oh yeah, ass, whatever, the body part. Like, no, it's an abbreviation for an Australian Shepherd.
Yes.
And that's the thing. But like, you can also like play on words, and that's the fun in it and what we intended. So, I mean, like, there's so many options for us. So I'm not sure yet what we want to do exactly. But I mean, at some point, I'm sure we will go into the adult content industry. We're already being accepted as tips on Twitter. There's lots of women supporting us and offering exclusive images for in exchange for ass tokens. So I mean, if you'd like do a little bit of looking, probably within a couple minutes you'll find stuff. So
when you say exclusive images, is this related to any particular site, or is this related to women who are just creating kind of like they're operating as their own independent content creators through OF or something like that? Or
yeah, it's more just women just making their own content, like on Twitter. Literally, that's what I've seen. But they can also add, I'm pretty sure, like an extension on certain websites that will allow you to on like their profiles of how else you want to be tipped. I'm not really familiar with it myself, but like apparently that's something you can do. Didn't know you could do that. It's pretty cool. So that's definitely something we could easily do. Like, we could get onto women's like profiles and stuff, and that could be definitely really cool as well.
Yeah, I could see Ass Token, as far as that space goes, kind of being a continuing fixture and asset and friend to the girls who the independent content creators out there. I like that idea. To me, that's I don't know. There's just something more. Wholesome's not the word, but there's something just more good spirited about it to me.
Yeah. Exactly. It's more just like for each individual to choose if they want to do it. And it's kind of funny when you just like, you're scrolling on Twitter and it's like a girl posting maybe just like a risque photo and it's like, hey, DM me ass for ass. And I think it's so funny. I think it's so cool just seeing all of these girls adopt it. And I'm like, I love it though. Like, power to them. Like, like,
it's empowering to all the independent content creators.
Yeah. And it's not like people are taking a cut of that either.
Right.
I mean, so it's cool. I mean, I think it's really cool to see, like, we didn't really initiate that. They're all doing it. So.
I think that's what I like about it too. It seems to be just kind of this naturally occurring, organic little phenomenon that's starting to happen within what you've created, which is great. I mean, I also think that there's, like you said, like the branding and even the name itself. Obviously, it does have natural provocative images and imaging and connotations to it, but it's also not. Also, has a double meaning of literally being just like a super cute dog. It's both of these things, and I like that it can kind of toggle between one or the other. I like that it kind of has that flexibility, and to me, I feel like as you go forward, it's important that you maintain that flexibility too. I personally would hate to see Ask get pigeonholed into solely like this hardcore adult industry, Sea Rocket, Johnny Sins kind of vibe. To me, it's just so much more than that, and it's go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly. Like, I agree with you. I think it like takes away from a lot of its quirkiness that it has, because then you're like kind of forcing it to be branded a certain way, and that's like my only hesitancy in going in that direction. And like I'm obviously not opposed to it. I think it's cool if we can do something like that, but that's not like my primary like direction that I want to go. Exactly like you said, like it can take away a lot of like the fun and quirkiness of our token in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, what's shaping up here for your company and what's going on. I mean, sky's the limit. The possibilities are really vast, and that's, I think, one of the advantages of what you're doing. There's just no telling what you can parlay this to, and as particularly since you already have. It sounds like you have pretty extensive connections within the fashion industry and in the modeling industry, and obviously, I know you're well aware of this, obviously, but that'd be another kind of conflicting branding issue if you were to go hardcore in the adult industry. I think that'd be very unfortunate, because here you have the connections and all these playfulness that lends itself to fashion, lends itself to more of even like editorial kind of a modeling scene. So I could see a lot of kind of crossover branding in those industries as well. And I also, like I said, the first time I had in the show, I've also kind of always pictured Asked to be kind of in the spirit of the more of like the old school kind of Playboy vibe and aesthetic. You know what I mean? But not limited to. And I think you seem to generally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And it's like not going too hardcore into it. Like you were saying, like there's a lot of coins out there that are like literally going so hard with their names, and like some of them actually like do make me laugh, I'm not gonna lie, but some of them I'm like, guys, like everybody needs to relax, like this is way too aggressive. I don't really like it. I don't know. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not because like I'm against sexuality, but I'm like, guys, like, I don't know.
It just
makes
gets me.
strange.
It gets to be tacky.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, when people are like yelling, like just saying all of these, I don't know, just.
I know. I've been seeing some of these
remarks,
names.
Yeah, some of them are just like, okay, this is like not, this is getting like really cringe now. Like,
Right. Cringe. Yes.
yeah. And it's like forcing it so hard to like, yeah, we're going into like porn and stuff. I'm like, okay, guys, like, also like, it's not cool now that you're like doing it this way. It's like you're forcing it to be a certain way. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there was a guy when I was on one of David G's panels in a Twitter space he had a few days ago. And he's been doing like those pitch reviews where people come in, he gives them like 60 seconds to pitch something, and then the people that are the speakers in the panel each give it a quick review.
Yeah, I was doing that with you.
Okay, were you in the one where the guy pitched? You're in the one where that guy pitched the booty call coin.
Oh my god, bro, that was so bad.
And I buried him.
But it's so bad. So did I. And it was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but also like, not like, and it's not about like bias, like, oh, you're in the same like booty name, whatever. I'm like, there was no enthusiasm. You just
Zero.
like talked and you're like, whatever. And you're just like, and then he just stopped talking in less than 1 minute. I was like, that's all you have to say? So that's it?
Yeah, and
like,
he's
you
like,
gotta be excited.
I know, he just seemed completely passionless, disconnected, indifferent. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just going to try to hire some porn stars and some models they are kind of talking about. They're kind of into it. And so that's what I'm just going to try to do some of that. I'm like, okay. And then he just stopped talking. I'm like, okay, is that it? Like, and then I was like, oh, hell no, I am going to let this guy I got to let this guy have it. I mean, I just had to at that point. I mean, if you're that passionless and indifferent about your project, just close up shop before you start. I mean, you're just wasting space at that point.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he bothered pitching it. You know what I mean? Like, why'd you even bother pitching it? It's just, to me, it's just like, do something else.
Yeah, it just sounds like you really don't care about your project. I mean, I can just go on for hours and hours. My problem is talking too much and having too much to say. And I need to know when, like, to dial it back. But, like, if you have literally nothing to say, that's just, like, a problem.
Yeah. So Liv, we'll stay on for just maybe 10 minutes longer before we wrap things up here. So in terms of, and this is another thing too. I mean, when it sucks because you're in the sites, because you're the CEO. But another thing that people are forgetting too is, this entire market is depressed right now. This is an entire market downturn, not unique to just Ass Token, not unique to just Dogecoin, not unique to just Bitcoin. The whole darn thing is in a severe downturn. We have been through these things before, even more severe than this in crypto. Specifically, I'm thinking of in 2017, when everything just really almost seemed like it was just bottoming out, but everything came rallying back to the likes anyone had never seen before. And I do think there's plenty of reason to still be optimistic. I think it's because I'm more of a seasoned investor compared to most of the people that I am seeing involved now live. But this whole period, I just really don't have a lot of anxiety about. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm not even really checking my portfolio hardly at all. It's just kind of goes with the territory. To me, these are the periods where the real money gets made. The people who have resolve and are exhibiting calm and resolve. Those are the people that's where the money gets made. What are your thoughts?
No, I fully agree with you. And I think I feel the same way. I think a lot of people also feel a lot less anxiety this run versus the last run because I think, one, there's a lot more utility and a lot more mass adoption. So, and crypto is much more widely accepted at this point, even though there are still some naysayers about it. But yeah, I mean, like, I personally am like, I don't really care. Like, I legit don't watch charts. Like, when I say that, I legit don't watch charts. If I hear that there's a dump, though, I will buy that dip. And like, because I have, like, if I have Tether or whatever, I want to go and load up on stables if I have the opportunity to, or load up with stables when I have the opportunity to. And like the dump, what is it, like a week and a half ago, really red day when we reached, like, I don't know, Bitcoin hit like 29,000 or something. Yeah, like that day I went and I loaded up on like BNB. I bought more ass. I bought a bunch of alts. Yeah, like using those opportunities as like a time where it's like a opportunity to buy. I think a lot of people panic, and I'm like, that's literally the time that you're supposed to be buying, not selling. And you have to do the opposite of what your instincts tell you. I don't care if you're looking at like the stock or whatever the heck you're watching, the crypto, like their charts plummeting, and everybody starts panicking. And then when people finally decide to sell, usually you're selling the bottom because you watch it bottom so much. You're like, how far is it going to go? How far is it going to go? And then usually that's like the bottom. And like, I used to do that. I was guilty of that in the past. And I'm like, hey, like I would always like emotionally trade, or like think I want to trade emotionally. And then like, if I don't end up making a trade, then I'm like, wow, if I had done that, I would have really messed up. It's also kind of dangerous when you're trying to catch a falling knife.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't know how far is it gonna go, and so like that's why I always encourage people to dollar cost average if that's what you're choosing to do. You're trying to find a good entry. I'll always say maybe add a small amount at a time, and then until you are comfortable. And maybe look for some signs of recovery, and even just buying a little bit higher than the actual bottom. It's so hard to actually time bottoms and tops. Like, people can't do that. Like, people aren't like, can't predict the future. And the best way to do it is usually just de-risking when you're, I guess, putting money into things and trying to take profits, and maybe taking your initial out, holding moon bags, whatever. And dollar cost averaging when you're trying to find an entry.
Yeah. I think that's all great. Great advice, great feedback. Looks like I missed a couple super chats here, guys, so forgive me. Let me go over those. I just missed one, actually. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't miss any. I scrolled back far enough. I covered them all. Liv, aside from running a very quickly emerging token, and trying to juggle don't worry, I know people have been asking you profusely, and I already asked you once before, and I'm not going to ask you again about nursing school and what you're going to do with that. But aside from those things, you said that you used to be involved in the modeling industry and used to model for a few years, yeah?
Yeah. I modeled in Toronto and New York.
Okay, yeah, very good. And for about how many years were you involved in the modeling industry?
I don't know exactly how many years. I started modeling probably when I was 16, I would say.
Yeah.
Stopped maybe around 21, 22.
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but that's probably about right. Yeah, I'm 26 now, turning 27 this year. So yeah, I probably stopped about like 5 years ago.
And did you, overall, was your experience positive? And also, did it lead to other creative pursuits consequential to it, or not so much?
Yeah, like it was overall a positive experience, I would say. It
Mhm.
was sometimes difficult. You'll have to have pretty thick skin in the game
Yes.
to be able to take rejection, because no matter what, like a client will have something in mind that they want, and they will see dozens of girls who are all beautiful, who like anybody would be like, oh yeah, like I would want them to model for me, but like a client will usually have something in mind that they want specifically, and it's like you can't take that stuff to heart. And so like I was totally fine with like not getting jobs if I ever like went to a go see and stuff, and I think a lot of people can't take that, that I think gets to a lot of people's like, that hits people's self-esteems. Yeah, like it was overall a good experience. I went to New York, did Fashion Week there. That was a cool experience. I got very homesick though, and felt pretty lonely because I didn't know anyone in New York, and I was young, and I just like, I felt strange there, just like in this tiny little apartment. I don't know anyone. I'm running around all day doing like go-sees going, which means just like I have like an itinerary for the day, and these are all the places I have to go to, and it's usually like 11, 12 people that I have to go to all over the city, like, and so you're just taking the subway everywhere and walking there. I'm not familiar with New York, so it was it was a crazy experience doing that on my own.
Yes.
And it was just very tiring too, and I was like, shit, like. Then I go home and I'm like, I didn't eat all day. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go grab like 2 slices of pizza and then just eat that and then pass out. And I was like, just doing that over and over for 2 weeks straight. Just like, and then doing like photo shoots on off days, and then actually doing Fashion Week and going and walking in shows. And it's it's a strange lifestyle. I think now everybody wants to be a model, and I'm the kind of person who was modeling, but I didn't aspire to be a model. And people would be like, oh, you're gonna be a model for your career, and I'm like, no. Like I never saw myself doing that long term. I never aspired to do that. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it, but I think like it wasn't like my passion, I think. And I don't really love the idea of just like valuing somebody over their appearance. I just think it's very superficial that people do that, and I think it's so cool that like, oh, you're a model, like I only like you because of that. And like it's all superficial stuff, and I'm just don't really vibe with that at all. I don't really like the fakeness, the superficiality of it. Most people that know me will know I'm like that. I'm a pretty nerdy girl at heart. I like to game. I like to live in my sweatpants. I don't really like going out. I do like going out with friends every now and then.
Yeah.
I used to like partying a lot more, but I'm a pretty like low-key person. I'm not into all of this superficial social media shit, and like, I don't know. And I think a lot of people are into that and think that's what's cool, and I think it's the exact opposite of cool. Yeah, like it was a cool experience. Would I ever model again? Maybe. Could I model right now? Probably not. I've gained a lot of weight from like drinking, not eating well, not being healthy. But yeah, like, I mean, it was cool. It's not for everyone for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it.
No, and that's fascinating to me. This is the kind of stuff I actually love to get into with guests, and it just sorry, but it just spurs more interesting questions for me. But firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to It's All Risky, who just tweeted out, nice live show tonight, Steven Steele, enjoying it. Thank you so much, It's All Risky. That means a lot. It's All Risky is one of the kind of one of the stalwart voices on, hands down, on Twitter in the Dogecoin movement. And whoever is behind, nobody knows the elusive It's All Risky. No one knows if It's All Risky is a male or female, but they are very good with their words. It's All Risky chooses their words very carefully and is a very, very good writer. And so I just want to give a shout out to It's All Risky. So as you're talking about, Liv, feeling rather isolated and kind of lonely on the road, especially being that age, 16, 17 years old, eating a couple slices of pizza in cities like New York, which can be very overly stimulating. And particularly if you're traveling around by yourself at that age, that could be, I can see how that could be an overwhelming, somewhat alienating experience, And I remember when I was younger, I was told that people were pushing me to model as a teenager, and I remember my mother was really pushing me into it hard when I was about 15 years old, and I had a portfolio made, and then I had just the process of going through the portfolio and being around other aspiring male models and the whole scene I just found incredibly obnoxious. I didn't like it at all, but my mother still was pursuing me to do it. And then I got a deal through, I think they were called Arlene Wilson. And then I started doing my first shoots, and I absolutely and totally loathed it. I hated it. I hated the other male models. I thought they were total cheese dicks. I just hated it. And then I quit, and my mother was furious. She just spent all this good money on my portfolio. I started getting gigs, and I just said no. I said no. Can you relate to any of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, some girls, and this isn't all girls, I just go to casting some days, and casting is just like for people who don't know, it's like if a client wants to see a bunch of girls, so they'll cast people, so like they will ask to see like a ton of people come in, just take some photos, maybe sit down and talk with you, and take your measurements, and maybe have you try on some clothes or walk for them. And I'd be sitting in these waiting rooms, essentially at a casting, and I'd just like listen to some things that people were saying, and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell am I doing here? People being like, talking about their weight and stuff, and I'm like, bruh, I'd be like so young, and like I was naturally really tiny at that age. Like I was really thin. Like I didn't have to diet. I didn't have to worry about what I was eating. I could whatever. I had a very good metabolism. So like girls are in there talking about like I'm this weight and that weight, and I've never in my life like thought about it that way because I was so young, and I'm like I never had tried to diet ever. I was always just tiny, and I'm sitting there listening to this. I'm like, people being like, you don't look like you're 120 pounds. Like, there's no way you're that much. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I want to go home. Like, what is happening? Like, I can't listen to this. It's just like brainless talk. I don't identify with this stuff. I am literally like the opposite of this, like the literal inverse of this. And everybody that knows me will attest to that also. Like, my friends are literally like, I'm friends with you because you are not that person. And I don't really go on social media. I don't go on Instagram. I don't like all that superficial shit. I don't really rock with it. I like people for who they are, and I don't really care how you look. I don't care how you dress. I don't care where you hang out with or who you know. None of that phases me at all. Yeah, like, I mean, I can appreciate things, nice things, and people doing cool stuff, but I don't value that. Like, I can appreciate it, but I don't put value in that, and I don't like strive to get that sort of thing. And
Mhm.
yeah, I guess like that sort of thing maybe keeps you grounded when you're in like an industry and like you start getting attention and stuff. It's like
Mhm.
it keeps you grounded that you don't like get over your head.
Yes.
Stuff doesn't really like, I don't really care. I'm like, oh, that's cool or something, and like that's it. And then I have like people in the community, they're like, Liv, you got to showcase yourself more. And I was like, how? And they're like, bro, they're like, you got to post pictures of yourself more. And they're like, I don't care what it is. A lot of people just like think it's super cool that they have like a female developer that like also like who is running the show essentially, and that we can see who they are. And they're like, we don't care, just like, because I have like one photo on my Instagram. They're like, Liv, like you gotta post more. And I'm like, I do agree though. Like it will help with like just people want to see that sort of thing, that there's like a real person there. And I'm like, I don't know how to work TikTok. How do you work TikTok? I downloaded TikTok. I don't know how to make a TikTok. I don't know if anyone listening knows how to make a TikTok, but yeah, like I don't freaking know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I set up a TikTok, but I think I uploaded one like small clip of me making fun of who's that OnlyFans girl, Corinne something. She like a month or so ago, she posted a tweet. Well, she said like 2 months. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
I think so.
A couple months ago, she said, if this tweet gets this huge number of RTs, I will get a Doge tattoo on my butt.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. Okay.
So it ended up getting the RTs that she's required, and there was no talk about it. So people started to call her on it, like, hey, Corinne, you said you're going to do this. And then to her credit, you know, she followed through with it, but she only followed through with it once she got called on it. And then Elon Musk chimed in and just laughed at her, like gave laugh emojis. And then she was like, Elon, if you give me a follow, I'll buy 1 Bitcoin. And I was like, chick, Elon doesn't own Bitcoin. Why would he care if you buy a Bitcoin? It was just such this funny non sequitur, and obviously an illuminating tweet as to the cobwebs occupying her brain. But I just was having a bit of fun with it. That's the only thing I uploaded to TikTok. But other than that, I scroll through TikTok, and it's interesting because it seems kids today, but like the majority of TikToks are kids, very young people looking very happy. Like they look, it's like this forced, over the top, like happy expressions doing 20-second dances. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't really like. I don't.
You
like
don't
it,
strike me. You don't strike me as the kind of young woman that does this sort of thing.
No. If anything, I just waste a lot of time on Twitter, just like shit posting memes. That's really what I get into, and like on like stupid internet boards on like Reddit or like 4chan. That's where you can probably find me. I don't really go on TikTok even after getting it. I'm like, I don't know how to do this, and I haven't even like, I made like 1 or 2 TikToks. One of them was like something that we had made on like on what do you call it, on Fiverr, like about ass, and then I just like posted one at the airport, and I'm like, all right, well, I did my job. I don't know what to do now. I've been like trying to like use Instagram more though.
I really need to make a more effort there too. Yeah, it's a little easier at least because I have like memes and stuff, and then I just like post our best ones to our Instagram account. But like, I gotta get my personal account popping. It's feeling pretty rough here. Yeah, I know. I saw that you've just added me, and I've left my Steven Steele Instagram just dead in the water. And then when you added me and I saw you started posting stuff, I'm like, okay, Liv's getting her Instagram game on. I'm going to try to get back my Instagram game on. So if you pledge to be more active on Instagram, I will. And then we can kind of like motivate each other to post more there. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, you will be my driving. It's like when people like work out together. This will be like an Instagram posting, I guess, motivation. This is pretty cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, I think we'll try to hold each other to it. And chat, I know your chat's unusually quiet right now, but I think they're just kind of taking in the more cerebral vibe of the conversation here. But I just want to let you guys, chat, know I do have my eye on you guys. I am seeing you. So if you do have questions or comments, whether it's through Super Chat or not Super Chat, your man Steven Steele, I'm keeping an eye on you. I care about what you think. So just feel free there. Liv, one more thing I want to get into with you here. A bit of a non sequitur, but I don't know if you've ever seen or if you're a fan of any Sofia Coppola films.
No.
So she directed. She's Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, and Francis Ford Coppola is one of the most legendary filmmakers of all time. Godfather, etc.
Okay.
Yeah, and his daughter went on to direct films like The Virgin Suicides, and she also did Lost in Translation. Have you ever seen Lost in Translation?
Yeah, I'm looking up the movies that she's done, and this is pretty cool. Okay, I've seen a bunch of her movies.
Mm-hmm.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, interesting.
Yeah. She's one of my favorite directors. I just feel that she has a pretty keen and unique, creative interpretation and understanding of the human condition. I just felt like talking to you and vibing with you, I felt like that you'd probably really dig some of her movies.
Yeah, maybe I'll give some of her other movies a watch. I mean, I've seen Virgin Suicides.
Yeah.
These top ones, Lost in Translation, Marie Antoinette. But yeah,
have you seen Lost in Translation?
I think I have a long time ago.
Yeah, it's with her and Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray in Tokyo.
Yeah. I think I've seen this years ago, but I don't remember watching. Like, I don't really remember it, but I'm pretty positive I have seen it.
Okay. So this is what we're gonna do, because that's what we're gonna do. In the meantime, we're both gonna do this because I've seen it too. I think it's an extraordinary film, but I haven't seen it in so many years. In fact, probably the last time I seen it, I was probably closer to your age. So what we're gonna do is you're going to watch that film. I'm going to rewatch that film, and then we are going to do a dissemination of that film. How about it?
Oh my God. You think I have time to watch a movie right now? Oh my God. Have you been paying attention to what I'm doing? My community is going to freaking kill you for being like, why is Liv rugging? She's watching a movie.
Listen, you send them my way. I will keep defending you. I will say this is an important part of Ass Token Project. She needs to watch this film. It's going to, in some loose associative way, come back to all of your guys' dividends.
Yeah. I could just read Cliff Notes. How do you know I'm not reading Cliff Notes and not cheating?
How about this? Can you watch it?
I'll watch it.
Okay.
I will. I'm just teasing. I'll watch it. I can put it on while I'm doing stuff too.
Yeah, just
like sending emails and stuff. I can watch it while I'm doing.
Yeah,
stuff
do some laptop work where you I watch movies like that. I understand that because I run a small business additionally to being a content creator. So I think people like us, our senses readjust and we become. It's interesting because we're kind of in this phase now of human evolution. Where I believe that we are recalibrating our senses to be able to successfully perceive and take in and comprehend multimedia simultaneously. But it is an evolutionary process. For some people, this is an overwhelming task. But it sounds like, I can tell from talking to you, you're much like me, because you're so busy with several different things at all times, that I personally am able to successfully comprehend and follow a movie while doing work on my computer. Are you that way as well?
Yep, I'm the same way. Like right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm on Twitter, but I'm fully listening to you. I've gotten so used to this. It's like, even in like school, I'll be like in a lecture and I will be just like shit posting, and I'm still like actively listening to what's going on, and I'll like chime in and take notes when I need to. But like I've gotten very, very good at multitasking. Sometimes I'll like it won't be as good, I guess.
Yes,
but like
yes.
For the majority of the time, I'm pretty good at it now. Like I can be doing a couple things at the same time, and but then at the same time, maybe like I'm half-assing whatever I'm doing, so I also have to like be careful at that, because I'll just like do something and then I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't really look that over. I was like doing whatever, I was eating dinner when I put that out, or I was whatever, doing something else, and so like I have to be careful sometimes. But yeah, I've gotten it down to an art.
Yeah, I've been getting called out on that, because I think even that I can relate to that fully, lived what you say, because even at that, it has its limitations, right? Even by the way, someone put Apocalypse Now in the chat. Fantastic movie. That is I believe a Francis Ford Coppola film. Brilliant film. Yes. No movie night for Liv. Oh, winky face, someone says. Steve, hire me for your business. I just moved to Houston. Yeah, looking for extra work. Well, my business is located in a major city in the Midwest, my friend. So you're a bit far away, but I do have family in the general Austin, Texas area. So I do visit there a few times a year. But yeah, I got called on it by I guess I just call her a lady friend. I spend quite a bit of time with, and I was on my laptop. I was prepping for doing show research, prepping for that, doing editing work. And then also I had other tabs open where I was updating my business's website and listings, inventory listings, while watching Three's Company, which is one of my favorite TV shows from the 70s. And I was kind of taking it all in, and then she asked me something 3 times, and I did not hear her at all.
Well,
and finally,
so bad at that.
and then she finally threw something at my head. Did you hear? You didn't hear a word I said? And I was like, what? And I was like, she's right. I didn't. I felt bad. I'm like, yep, those are my limitations. Those are I'm definitely stretching limitations. So.
Yeah.
Someone says, Steven, you're too close to the mic. I can hear your breaths. Okay. I backed off from the Elgato, my friend. But some people might like that sort of thing. Go ahead, Liv. What'd you say?
Sorry, I was just asking if you can still hear me. Okay, I just turned off like my main mic.
I can hear you all right.
Oh, okay, yeah, because sometimes when I like unplug my mic, Discord will be weird, and then I have to go and change my audio settings after, because I was just unplugging from my computer and just going.
Yeah, there was like a short, I'd say about a 30-second interval where I was getting some like echoing, but off the audio, but that's done now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, Celeste says, yeah, don't sweat it. It's ASMR. Have you ever engaged in ASMR, Liv?
But people are like telling me like to go on Twitch streams, and they're like, hey, ASMR, like go on there, and I don't really understand it, to be honest. I don't really get it.
You're right.
I don't know if it's something that you need to get also. Like, it's just like when you're, I don't know, like listening to sounds. People like hearing certain sounds.
Yes.
And people are like, like what's that thing? Mukbang, whatever, where people like eat food and like watch them eat and listen to it. super strange to me, but it's apparently huge. Maybe we'll do that for marketing money.
Yeah, you probably would do pretty well with it, I would imagine. To me, I am familiar with it. I have observed enough of it just to like get what the deal is. I'm not really a fan, but I do find it interesting.
Yeah.
I would guess, and I want your opinion on this, but after kind of sitting in on a couple of these, particularly things I've noticed, it's most of the most popular ASMR content creators are young women, conventionally attractive young women. And so to me, it's kind of like a hybrid of like audiophile relaxation technique stuff mixed with soft like erotica kind of vibes.
Right. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't go into doing ASMR then. I don't know.
Yeah, I would no. Actually, I don't think you should, but I think maybe somebody else that is somehow what I think what would be cool is if you worked with a content creator that was popular in ASMR, but you could do like actually Ronnie, yeah, he beat me to it in the chat. At ASMR.
Bro, I was literally gonna cut you off there, and I was like, I'm just gonna let him finish. I was gonna say ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR. Yes, Ronnie. Yes, Ronnie. So I think that could be kind of fun. So there's something in there potentially. It's a pretty absurd thing in and of itself. So there could be, and what you're doing is rather absurd on some levels. So I don't know. There could be some potential there.
Does it get really weirder? Like what?
Right.
Well, there's really like a line now. I'm like, I don't know. People are like, oh, what's the next thing you're gonna do when we get hit like another all-time high, or like, because I posted my ass on the internet at 69 mil market cap. I got the tattoo at 420 mil market cap, and they're like, well, what's next? I'm like, I guess I could do 690 mil market cap, but I don't know what. Like, what's the next thing?
So you posted a picture of your ass at like a certain landmark point?
A 69 mil, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense given what you're doing. Yeah, totally. Did you post that on your Instagram?
I posted it on Twitter.
Okay. That might activate your Instagram pretty quickly, I imagine, but
maybe
I'm not
I'll
sure.
do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
I think that would probably kind of jumpstart things on that front over for you.
That's a good idea. There we go. Oh, God. Yeah, that's how you get followers. Oh, God.
For better or otherwise, right? For better or otherwise. You know, it's interesting. I can only imagine. I mean, I can't imagine actually through previous girlfriends that I've had who have run popular social media accounts or popular one particular ran one of the more popular premium Snap accounts, things like this. Just showing me just endless creepdom. Messages, and it's almost hard to just take all in, you know. And for that I'm empathetic. Like I get it. It's overwhelming, but it's totally different, obviously, from a straight guy's point of view, where that sort of thing doesn't happen nearly as often. The dynamics are just completely different. But what I have been getting since, which I find both simultaneously amusing and insulting since my profile's been raising through this show, are young ladies have been reaching out to me so it's one of two things. They've been reaching out to me. The ones that I like, the the ones that are just reaching out to me, just trying to get like to know me, they'll DM me like a joke or like a really simple question. Kind of, I can even feel like the nervousness through the DM, and to me, I find that very endearing. I like that. What I don't like, conversely, what I've also been getting is I've been getting an increased amount of solicitations from women, basically asking me to give them crypto for nudes and this sort of thing. And like, no offense, but like, if I wanted to subscribe, I'd subscribe. Like, don't worry about it. Number one. And number two, like, honey, it's the real deal, Steven Steele. Do I appear to be the kind of man that has to pay all his crypto for some nudes? Like, please. I'm good. So, I even had another woman say, I will send you pictures of my butt if you give me this much of like Tesla, buy this much of like Tesla stock for me. I was like, I'm like, how about I keep my Tesla stock and you keep your butt to yourself? How about that?
Yeah.
So, Celeste in the chat is saying, Steve, that's one way you can get more Insta followers is post your butt. I don't think it had the same effect, nearly the same effect as it would have for Liv here. Well, you know, it would increase probably a different demographic of followers. That's for sure. Not necessarily of the female persuasion, but maybe. I don't know. I hate taking selfies, let alone what would be known as a butt selfie. I couldn't imagine doing that with a straight face or with any degree of dignity. So, Liv, did you have anything else that you wanted to add to tonight's broadcast?
No, not really. I feel like we've covered everything at some point. If there's something that I've missed, I can't really think of it right now. I'm probably gonna just go and get some more work done before I can head to sleep.
Yes,
It's like 2:30 here now. So I'm gonna try and get some stuff together and for our marketing stuff, because we're going to be going on a giant marketing rampage this week.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. We have a lot of stuff already, like content, but we're waiting to strategically post it all so that we are heard.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll be seeing lots this week on Twitter, so it will be fun.
Awesome. And you know that I will be there supporting you every step of the way through my corner of the internet, and we'll continue to support each other here at Liv. I think this was a lot of... Did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, no, I did. I'm glad that I came on last minute. I wasn't sure if you had started, like you went on air or not, because I was legit just doing stuff in my community, and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't message Steven back, and I was like, felt so bad. I was like, oh god, and literally like that worked out so well that you were literally just going live as soon as I messaged you, so it was meant to happen.
Yeah, totally. Because I did get a late start because I was just working on wrapping up so many other things throughout the evening. So that was awesome when you got the text. They're like, well, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "Actually, things are still in the middle of the intro yet." So that worked out really nicely. Liv, thank you so much. This was just fantastic. You know, you always have a place here on Steven Steele Live. You're always welcome to join me, even if you just want to hang out and you don't feel like you just kind of want to just co-host and just kind of, just kind of roll with it.
Next time, no ass talk. Probably just like market talk or Doge talk or anything.
or whatever. I don't exactly. I don't always want you to feel like you have to talk about Ask Finance, even though I love Ask. You just feel free just to kind of see the show as a comfortable extension for you to express yourself.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to just come on and chat. Like, I can always give updates of what's going on because I know our community wants to hear them.
Yes.
But it's also best to not just like talk about ass for like hours straight. I don't mind doing it though, because it's nice to give updates. But like, yeah, I'm like overly like way too like overstimulated with all this ass stuff. It's good to just like not talk about that for a bit.
Well, ass can certainly be overstimulated at times. See, you've created a brand where the jokes never end.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Well, this has been awesome. And guys, tomorrow night, I have another special guest. It'll be his first time on the show. It will be Tim Cook. Tim Cook plays professional football for the XFL, and he's a former running back for the Jaguars in the NFL, and he is also very involved with cryptocurrency and specifically Doge. And I've interacted with him a few times now. He's just a very good-spirited, good-natured guy, and so we're going to get into the mind of Tim Cook tomorrow night here on Steven Steele Live. So don't miss that. That will be somewhere in the neighborhood between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Guys, go ahead and give Ask Finance a follow on Twitter. That's just at Ask Finance. Just at Ask Finance. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys if you don't already give Ask Finance a follow. She is the meme queen, and she is on top of her game. So it's a very amusing account to follow, especially since her and I have been mixing it so much. Our memes seem to include each other so often, almost on a daily basis, it feels like these days. So, it's been a blast. Guys, yeah. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for showing up tonight and hanging out with us. Liv, it's absolute pleasure, and I'm sure we will follow up very soon.
As always, Steven, thank you for having me on. It was great chatting with you tonight.
Absolutely, and likewise, Liv. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. This is Steven Steele, signing off. Just the bees and birds, the summer hay.